Hello, guys! This is again, I'm a singer, Eternal Voice. Welcome to my YT channel and welcome to my YT world. Okay, previously we talked a lot, right, regarding ketosis, metabolism, probiotics, but this time I'm gonna talk to you, etc., galore regarding healthy lifestyle conversation. Oh, so meaning to say, it depends on the topics that we're able to discuss right now depends on the healthy lifestyles. Okay, so this will be an added information to all of us guys at what are really the good things to follow or to implement in our day-to-day life so that we can be happy, okay, and then we can achieve a good healthy lifestyle. Okay, as you can follow, or if you are following already my YT channel, it talks about health science currently. Okay, last month, not last month, last 4 weeks ago, I just talked about macromolecules regarding biochemistry, right? The protein, the carbohydrates, the nucleic acids, and the phospholipids. And I also included the probiotics because I found it difficult in what category that I will be able to insert this probiotics in relation to the four macromolecules. Okay, stay tuned, stay for a while because I'll be able to discuss some more. Maybe you all knew that already, but I think also that it's also new for you, so it would be good. Okay, it would become additional information. Oh my God! So now I just finished my lunch. Okay, by the way, my lunch are my God wet fortified biscuit. This one wet fortified biscuit. So WHAT, which is rich in fiber and low carb. Okay. So if you check the nutritional fact, this is the very first time we show to you because yesterday I'll be able to show to you the nutritional facts. Oh, sorry, my tongue was rolled. For the packed juices, for the for the full fat milk and the yogurt. But this time this is a wet fortified biscuit. And where's the nutritional fact for this? Okay, I couldn't see. Sorry. Okay, but here it was specified that no artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives. Perfect. Okay, so meaning to say in the packaging, okay, they don't include or in their formulation of the ingredients and compositions of this biscuit, they are not included the nitrogen preservatives, okay, because it's stated here, okay, so it is being regulated. And who is the company producing this whole wheat rusk? Actually, this is a rusk or biscuit, okay. So I don't know also because it's written in Arabic and I cannot interpret. I cannot read in Arabic language. Sorry for that. But I try to find where, okay? It's not mentioned. Okay, my gosh, it's very difficult to find out, just like a skyflex yesterday, right? My gosh. Oh, it's really written in Arabic, sorry. The nutritional facts are written in Arabic and I cannot interpret. But there's a small English here written that no artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives are being added. So perfect, it's very good to our health. Okay, and additive free. Wow. So additive free, less toxins that will be able to receive in our body because this is a whole wet. Okay, like that. So this will be a good alternative from white rice, yellow rice, okay, something like that. Okay, the high carbs. Okay, so or the food that has yeast, okay, fortified with yeast, YEAST, okay, the processed bread like that, the milk bread, the white bread. So this is more better. Okay, but I cannot force you to do that also. Maybe my system already immune with this, but I'm just telling the truth that this is a low carb and beneficial to our health. Okay, because it's really a choice what carbs you want to intake in your body. Okay, that's your decision. It depends also of your perspective in life. Okay, in which I don't have the control to force you to do that. Okay, this is only an information, an added information that this is really good compared to those high carbs food. Okay, that you will be able to intake it up breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, so after eating this one, I added with, okay, I'm talking to all of you guys. Sorry, I'm very fast talking. That is my culture. I'm very fast talking in English. Sorry, and sometimes my tongue is too whirl just because of that. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's my weakness. I'm very spontaneous and very fast in talking English. Okay, this is one piece of banana, right? Okay, I paid this to my wet basket. Okay, this is banana, rich in potassium. Okay. Okay. After that, okay, of course, I cannot resist drinking coffee. Okay, really twice a day. Actually, I plan to control that intake at least once a day, but I cannot control really. Sorry. But as far as I researched in my previous, learning regarding this thing, health lifestyle, that it's okay for at least a maximum of 3 intake of coffee. Okay, but it is stated there that it should not be blended with refined sugar or white sugar, or you can, but at least very minimal fortified with refined sugar, the white sugar that we have. Okay, like that, the 12 atoms of carbon, okay, the 22 atoms of hydrogen, and the 11 atoms of oxygen, okay, sucrose, refined, meaning to say it will be obtained after several processes, okay, in a certain sugar plant or sugar industry, okay. Our body also manufactured that in our natural physiological reaction, okay. It is through glucose plus fructose equals to sucrose, and sucrose is the sugar, the same as the refined sugar what we have in our table, what we bought in the market. Okay, so sucrose naturally produced, naturally produced. Sorry, again, my tongue was twirled. This is the effect of too fast talking, right? Okay, I'm not really that mastered to, to calibrate my perfection regarding talking with English. This is really on the spot. Okay, I didn't prepare something to do. And what comes on my mind, I'll be able to talk with you right now. As long as my topic is healthy lifestyle conversation, then bingo, that's it. Whatever comes on my mind, I will be able to talk with you. I don't even have the list what to talk. Okay, this is, on the spot. I love on the spot, right? That's what I told you earlier. I love extemporaneous speaking, something like that. Okay, I did not prepare something to talk with you. Okay, this is not scripted. Okay, like that. So glucose plus fructose is equal to sucrose. That is naturally manufactured or produced inside our physiological reaction inside our body, plus the refined sugar, which is also sucrose that we bought in the market, something like that. So sucrose plus sucrose, a lot of sucrose in our body, it will become bad. Okay, so in my part, I'm not telling to you that is your decision or option, right? I respect it. Okay, and you respect also mine, right? Okay, in my part, I limit or I eliminated the refined sugar in my coffee. Okay, like that. So 2 times a day. Actually, okay, and my coffee here already finished. Okay, yes. Because sometimes when I do the live stream, my coffee is becoming cold. Okay, a tendency I could not drink anymore because it's already cold. The hotness is lost already, something like that. Okay, so coffee health benefit is to give you an alertness and quickness. Okay, because it has a caffeine. Okay, caffeine. So the responsibility of caffeine is to give you a quick thinking, a quick movement like that, and it makes you always awake and alive. You will not feel sleepy, something like that. So in short, you will be active without caffeine. Okay, but if it is already there in your coffee. But there are also coffee that is decaffeinated. You know, decaffeinated meaning there's no caffeine. Okay, there are coffees that are decaffeinated also, and then there is coffee that is caffeinated. It depends on the formulation. That's why I told you a while ago, you have to verify and look at the nutritional facts and the packaging of the coffee products. Something like that, okay? But the health benefits of this coffee is really to lower the blood pressure, okay? So this is the main health benefit, and at the same time to reduce and to minimize the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Wow, imagine. So you have to really drink coffee also, right? Okay, but some people are telling that it is bad for your health. Yes, of course, but if it is overconsumption of coffee, or if it is a coffee that is fortified with refined sugar or the white sugar. That's why you have to put minimum only white sugar or don't have sugar at all, just like me. So that it can function very well according to its purpose, that to minimize and to reduce the risk of this type 2 diabetes and to lower the blood pressure in our body. So those are the benefits of drinking coffee, and then maximum of 3 times a day, or it's up to you, but it is less than 3 times a day. In my part, 2 times a day, and it will be become a problem. Not become a problem, okay? Like that. So again, I eliminated the white rice, okay, for my lunch. Okay. Thank you so much. And after that, oh gosh. Okay, so hello, perfect. Hello, perfect. Okay, I have the pineapple juice. Wow. Where's the pineapple juice? It's there in the refrigerator. Wow. What is the health benefit of pineapple? Okay, it can help also to have a good health in our kidney function. Pineapple. Okay, remember that one. Aside from it is a citrus fruit, right? Aside from the ascorbic acid or vitamin C that will be obtained from drinking the juice of that pineapple, it also help our kidney function. It is a healthy fruit because it is a citrus fruit, basically, right? Okay, I'll show you. Gosh. Oh, right? So this is the pineapple. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slices of pineapple. Okay, fresh juice from an apple, and it makes me stronger and healthier all the time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I preferred to intake fresh juices compared to the packed juices and bottle juices that's present in the market. Okay, I told you yesterday, right? Okay, fresh juices. So this is citrus fruits. Okay, citric acid plus water will deliver vitamin C. Is the vitamin we obtain from citrus fruits, and that ascorbic acid is the formula of 6 atoms of carbon, 8 atoms of hydrogen, and 6 atoms of oxygen, which is stacking and accumulated in our body system right now. Because if we don't have vitamin C, we will die automatically. Okay, that's frankly speaking. Okay, frankly speaking. Okay, if we don't have this vitamin C, we will die automatically. Okay, this is in our immune system. It helps us to boost our disease defense mechanism, or what we call as our immunity, or the health immune system, because this is rich in antioxidants to fight the free radicals, to attract the bacteria, the viruses, blah, blah, so and so, right? And this can protect the integrity and the strength of our cells in our cell membrane. Something like that, okay? So this is very good, right? Okay, this is pineapple. Fresh pineapple fruit, which is a citrus fruit. Oh my gosh. My tongue is over and over again twirled. My gosh. I have to eat one slice also. Oh my gosh. I love this. My gosh. Oh my gosh, I was really fortified with healthy foods inside the refrigerator. I have to show to you how to eat this one. How to eat this one. I will eat one. Sorry for that. Okay. Perfect. Ang saya-saya. I came up to, to think this way. It's better to do this right than to do, conversations that are useless, right? Or chismes, which doesn't contribute to our growth in our personal life, right? Because a lot of people also talking chismes, talking the lives of other people, right? Because they don't do anything in their lives, is to observe other actions or other people's mistakes or errors. They keep on talking about that. But this is more good compared to that, right? Because this is beneficial. And we're talking about ideas. So meaning to say, this is applicable to people that have ideas and, people that having intellectual capacity above average and so on, like that. Because if you're talking people lives, okay, talking to discriminate other lives, then you pull down the integrity of one people to others, something like that. Then you are on the low intellectual capacity, or meaning to say, you are on the level of uneducated people. If you keep always talking the lives of other people, criticizing them, pulling them down, degrading them, putting stories that are not true, so you are not really that intelligent enough. You are not talking with ideas. It's better than doing this alone, right? Comparing to that. Okay. It doesn't contribute to your personal growth as a better person. Okay? Like that. Okay? That's why you need to ignore those toxic people around you. Okay? If you don't like them. Or unfriend them in your social media accounts, or blocked them in your social media accounts, and then finish, collapse. There will be no problem at all. Not mushkil, okay? Because if you keep on entertaining those, chismes, whatever, you will never grow as a person, okay? Something like that. And you can never have an important ideas and information that will help you to inspire other people, okay? To be a good example in the community, okay? And what I'm doing now is one of the examples of inspiring other people's lives. Okay, we're receiving, though it's not a really that substantial information, at least little information that we could also apply in their daily lives. Okay, take note, avoid chismes. Okay, going back to the refrigerator. Right? Avoid chismes. Okay, I will just take this one nice. Wow, delicious and yummy pineapple, right? Oh my God, sorry. Give me time to eat the pineapple slice and I'll be able to continue my discussion, okay? Regarding healthy lifestyle conversation. Oh my God. I'm very busy. I monitor my time also. Because I'm really committed to do this because I have my YT channel. Monetize YT channel. At the same time, also I have my personal, activities also that I keep track all the time. So I have still another activity after 3 hours, okay? Then I'll do the live streaming, I do the vloggings, and also do research, okay? Even though I am already a chemical engineer, a registered chemical engineer, I still have to read information, okay, in the Google and the internet world. Then I also refer to my manuals here. I bring some manuals also and notes regarding OSH and some, science information also. I bring that, okay, when I go here in the Middle East, okay. So I cannot really survive without adding information in my life, something like that. But because for me, learning and information is a continuous process. It is a cycle that it will never stop. It will just stop when you die, something like that, okay. So while you are alive, the information is still alive, something like that. Okay, I forgot to bring also my chemical engineer's handbook. I forgot to bring that now. Okay, I don't know, I forgot. Okay, because I bring that also sometimes. Okay, during my abroad in Taiwan, okay, Republic of China, I also bring that. Okay, but sometimes I forgot to bring. I miss my chemical engineer's handbook because I refer that all the time, especially if there are physical and chemical properties that I forgot, especially in common substances, right? Okay, like that. Because we need to do that, especially when we are in doubt in our work. Sometimes we can refer to that. There are also technical aspects related to our work also. Okay, especially me, I am the OSH, and then regarding handling of hazardous substances, okay, something like that. Hazardous communications, OSHA standard 29 CFR 1910, something like that. Point 1200 talks about hazardous communication standards, and it refers to the handling, okay, handling, storing, and disposal of hazardous substances. Then I have also to refer there because there are a lot of physical and chemical properties of those chemicals, whether it is toxic, flammable, radioactive, something like that, and I have to go it over and over again. Though I have a little stuck knowledge in my brain, but sometimes it will be disappeared because I am growing old now compared to my young. I have a very good memory retention, but I'm very old. Very. I'm just old, not very. Okay. Sorry, I didn't finish yet eating the pineapple slice. Forgive me. And I'm handling my calculator at the same time the pineapples. I mean to say, I really also love mathematics, right? Yes, but not that high compared to science. I love science too much. Okay, science and English are my favorite subjects. Okay, my gosh, only a little bit of mathematics because I can develop that one, even though I am poor in mathematics. Poor talaga. Meaning to say I'm not very quick in mathematics. Okay, not really that poor, not quick, and I can only develop that through acquired intelligence. Okay, meaning effort that much. Okay, effort that much, meaning to say a lot of practice, problem solving like that, but it is not really my nature to love mathematics. Okay, like it is always science and English. Okay, and it's really Raj's right in front of you. I love speaking English too much. Really, I miss my memories of joining several English contests, declamation contests, oratorical contests, like that, essay writing contest. But I'm getting older now. I am not in the university already, then I cannot do that anymore. Okay, so the real world of working is different, totally different. If you're going to school, there are a lot of activities that you enjoy the most, then you cannot find in the real world of working also. Okay, and I miss that one. So the only thing that I could manage that is to, watch videos, we get information, research more in Wikipedia, Internet World, WHO said it, CDC, and I have to refresh everything, especially chemical engineering. It was happening 20 years ago. Okay, I took up the chemical engineering last 20 years ago. It's the Institute of Technology University. Okay, but I forgot some. Only the basic knowledge I retained in my brain. The most basic concepts, but the most difficult are being vanished and disappeared already. Especially, the topics of unit operations, chemical kinetics, chemical reaction engineering, blah blah blah, so on. So, okay, stoichiometry. But I have also basic knowledge left. All, but not the very very difficult ones. Very very difficult. Okay. Sorry guys, I have to finish this pineapple slice. Oh my gosh, my mouth is keep on talking, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, yummy. I'll tell you something after this. Others will wonder, who's this guy talking with himself? It doesn't matter at all because I love this, to do this. Because if you need to do those things we keep on enjoying that. So that's a technique of happy life, right? Do things in which make you happy all the time. Okay? And you enjoy the most. And those things that you could share your information to others and you enjoy it the most, then bingo, doing. it more and more and more and more. So never mind with other people that keep on chismis what you're doing like this, like this. Ignore. Okay. My gosh. Hello, guys. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Wow. I love this. I miss this pineapple really. Oh my gosh. My ganon. Because I sometimes only bought pineapple. Okay, I always prefer orange, lemon, and the granada. I really don't know what's the English of granada, and nobody helps me also to translate what is really the English term of this granada, Bisaya term granada, and what is the English term equivalent to that. I don't know. It is a grapefruit. I don't know. Berry. I don't know really, pumpkin, whatever. I cannot understand what is really the English of this granada. I'll show you. Okay? Because this is rich in antioxidants also to fight the bad bacteria and protect the cells inside our body. Like that. Okay? Oh my gosh! Sorry. Excited. Ba yan? Talaga. Oh my gosh! Sometimes I need to study and to explore more what are the enzymes needed to catalyze the reaction of the nutrients of these fruits. I need to research more the chemical reactions, and then I can incorporate also the healthy lifestyle of our people, and then I can connect that there, and I can share it to you someday also, right? Like that. So it's all started with chemical reactions, chemical process, because obviously I am a chemical engineer, right? Okay, this is a granada. Okay, granada. What's the English of granada? I forgot. Not really forgot. I don't know. Okay, I love this. Okay, this is also citrus fruit, right? Rich also in vitamin C, but not that high compared to the lemon juice or lemon water, but at least have, and this is also full of antioxidant also, okay, and a lot of vitamin A, okay, blah, 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 so and so, but I forgot what's really the English of this. Okay, after this vlogging and live stream, I want to picture this out in the Google, okay, or in any website. What's really the English for this one? I hate this one. I don't know the English term for this. Okay, this one. English, please. What's the English term for this granada? Because when I was a kid, I always ate this fruit because there is a tree in our nearby place that have like this, and we eat this when I was a child also, and we refer this as a granada. Okay, but here in the Middle East, the granada is very big in size. See, compared what I saw in the Philippines, it's really small there. But it's still the same fruit. Really, if I show to you, this it's just the same. Really, it's just like a purple, colored seeds. And then in my part, I don't eat the seeds. I only get the juice of the seed. Okay, like that. Because it's very hard to be swallowed, something like that. It will obstruct my esophagus in the vocal larynx, something like that. Okay, then I need to throw that one. Okay, I need only to digest or to extract the juice, okay, and I don't eat the seeds. But very, very, very good, really. Okay, I love this also. I think once in a month, twice in a month, same as the pineapple. But in a daily basis, the orange and the banana are always in my menu, something like that in my breakfast, in my lunch, in my dinner. But this two types of fruits are only seldom or rare, but I have to buy this once or twice a month, something like that. Okay, because I escaped from buying bottled juices and packed juices. Okay, I have no choice because I maintain a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so what I'm telling to you guys, I am now old, but if you don't believe, it's up to you. But I am only the person that I never take multivitamins in my entire life. Okay, I'll never taste any vitamins in my life. I'll never taste multivitamins in my life. Okay, like that. And thanks to God, I've never been a single moment admitted in the hospital. Okay, and I'm very, very thankful to the Lord our God, our Almighty God, for giving me strength, relying only to natural foods, okay, and disciplining myself also. Because I'll never drink also alcoholic beverages, okay? In contrast or opposite to my father and to my older brother, because they drink alcoholic beverages, okay? Me, never, okay, something like that. It doesn't mean that I'm afraid because of the genetic factor, because my father died due to cirrhosis, okay, due to a tumor accumulated in his liver, because he started drinking when he was 11 years old. It does not about all about that, but really on the health effects, okay? Though I'm afraid a little bit for that issue, but more on the health issue, okay? Because, I don't want to accumulate too much alcohol in my body, something like that, or the glycerol, which is a component of triglyceride, right? Glycerol is an alcohol of sugar alcohol. Then if you add that with triglycerides, fatty acids, now it will become a problem. It will deposit to your blood vessels, okay? And it will become a clot. And then it will develop a high risk of cardiovascular diseases, heart attack, stroke, again, liver inflammation or fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver, something like that, and blah, 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 chuba, chu, chu, someday. That's I'm afraid for because it will lead to chronic diseases, meaning diseases that will come after a long time of existing in this world. For example, after 5 years, after 10 years, after 15 years, you will develop that one. That's why you could also imagine, not imagine, you can really see the reality that most people who suffer diseases are reaching the age of 50 above. So those are the times that all your toxins in your body will work properly because you are now having a weak immune system. Your immune system can easily be fight by the bad bacteria. Okay, your microbiome will not really fight already the negative or the bad bacteria and the bad viruses, and your collagen also is becoming weak. Collagen, the group of proteins that make you strong also, okay, so that you will become, you can move properly and healthy. Research about collagen, okay, the collagen content will decrease when you age 50 plus, okay, that's why normally old people are weak compared to the young people because that's also one reason. Your collagen protein are less compared to the young people. Okay, so you are not really strong that enough. Okay, so that's why rich people buy collagen. Okay, rich people, the billionaires, the millionaires, even though that's costly, in order for them to look younger, to look healthier, because the added commercially produced. But for us who are poor, average living in the society only, we don't have to buy collagen, right? All we have to do is to have a healthy lifestyle and to be smart enough to choose what kind of food and drinks we will be able to intake on our daily basis, right? Especially in our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, something like that. Okay? I don't want you to follow me, but I want you only to consider me as an example of true discipline in a healthy lifestyle, achievement, something like that. Okay, because it's your choice. We don't have to go beyond, or we cannot control anybody else because we have different perspectives in life, right? Others value money than health. Others also value health more than money, something like that. Others also value too much love life compared to money. Sometimes also other value too much money than love life. Others also value too much with material things around them. Okay, and others also value too much religious aspects rather than materials around them. So we cannot really judge. We cannot really force somebody to be in our shoes or to be the same with us. So all we have to do is to only share an information, or regardless what is your perspective all about, it only become an additional information, okay, in order for us also to become a better person. And in order also, again, my tongue also is twirled. Okay, so fast thinking. In order for us to inspire others, something like that, to live a healthy lifestyle and be happy for for your own good health, something like that. Okay, going back. I still did not finish my pineapple slice. I'm very talkative. Okay, my gosh. I mean, pineapple and granada are rich in antioxidants. Oh my God. Okay, the last. Ganon. So pineapple also have fiber. Okay, the more you eat pineapple, the more you will not feel hungry because the fiber is not easy to be digested and to be converted to other substances because it's very solid. Okay, I'll throw already in the trash can. I don't have to eat all. Okay, something like that. Okay, hello. Mr. Norby, thanks for watching. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, for passing by Mr. Norby Vlog Official. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I have to interrupt a little while. I have to respond. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I responded already to the one who are watching right now with my live streaming. Thank you so much. Put the granada inside the refrigerator. Okay. Oh, like this. The next I will be able to introduce to you is, this is a very important food. This is, shall we say, a monosaturated fatty acid. Okay, it is also belongs to the monounsaturated fatty acid, like the, for example, the pumpkin seed, the peanuts, the walnuts, the cashew, or all kinds of nuts, the hazelnuts, and then the what's the one? Uh, Olive oil, canola oil, my tongue was turned. Okay, sunflower oil, soybeans, like that, seafoods. Those are monounsaturated fatty acids or polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are good for the health. And this is egg. Okay, egg. EGG. Okay, this one. Egg. Okay. Rich in choline. Okay. Wow, choline talaga. Choline is responsible in, in our health, in our brain health, something like that. And then rich also in zeaxanthin, okay, like this, for good eyesight, something like that, okay. And this is protein. The egg is protein, it gives us energy. Even though you will not eat rice, you can still survive for how many hours if you will just intake this egg, okay? Because this can make also you full, full, even if you will never fortify this with other carbohydrates, okay? Like that. So egg. I did not finish my egg. Okay. See, because my system really, not really that eating that much already, it becomes an immune system. Immune meaning a regular habit. It's already my immune style or immune system or practice that I will never eat too much. That's why even though this is only an egg, then I didn't finish, right? See, okay, like that. In anything, not only the good food, the bad food, or blah blah blah. There sometimes I cannot finish to eat that one because really I have the perspective of my weight loss program, something like that. Okay, going back. Gosh. Actually, I love to, discuss about some formulas, but it take me time to illustrate. It take me a longer time to illustrate, right? Sometimes, and sometimes also I have no scratch papers like this. So really, I'm not preparing really what to do, something like that. It's up to my actual situation that really pushed me to do vlogging or live streaming. I think I have a higher level of dopamine, meaning my hormone regulating to have an appetite or good motivation or good appetite to do these things, blah blah blah, so and so. And you are very inspired to do that, very excited to do that. So those are triggered by my dopamine hormone. I think so. And I have also a high level of serotonin, something like that. Because it pushed me to do this, even though this live streaming it is not planned, really, okay? Because actually I love to sing when it is Saturday, right? My singing moment will be on Saturday, okay, twice, Friday and Saturday. And sometimes also Thursday night, I sometimes also sing, but most of the times Friday and Saturday, okay? Because I told you before, I cannot live without music also. Okay, music is my catalyst. What catalyst? Okay, it can speed up the rate of reaction, but that is in a chemistry point of view. But for me, it can speed up my activities that I will be doing in a certain day, something like that. I will be able to become active. If I can sing, something like that, and then I can really remove my stress, something like that, or any type of sadness, loneliness, depressions, or whatever. Because there's no such perfect in this world. All people have depressions, okay, frustration, sadness, okay. We are not a god that we don't have those, okay. So we have that also in our life. Nobody can deny for that. Or else, if you don't have that, you are already a saint or a prophet or a god. Okay? Since we are only human being, there are times we are sad. Okay, there are times we are doubting. There are times also we are confused. There are things also that we are stressed or depressed. Something like okay, that's human being all about. Okay, so that's why we are subject to imperfection. Okay, we are not perfect. Something like that. That's why it's not good to judge others. Okay, because we are not perfect. Something like that. Okay, so going back. Something like that. Okay, I have to draw the reaction, not the chemical reaction of, what's this? I forgot the term. My gosh. Phospholipids. Okay. Phospholipids. Oh my God. Okay, class. Going back to my topic. This is part also of healthy lifestyle conversation because I talked to you a while ago and asked permission from you to talk a lot, any types of topic related to healthy conversation. And the only way to understand, to achieve a healthy lifestyle of conversation is to discuss about health science in combination of pure sciences. And it could not be denied also, in pure sciences, there's a lot of chemical reactions and chemical processes. Then in order for us to understand those chemical processes and chemical reactions, then we have to understand the basic concepts of the formulas and the structures of those chemicals and substances, how they behave inside our body in accordance and in relation to the different main organs inside our body, in conjunction or in relation to the physiological chemistry in our body. Okay, we have the anatomy in our body, the parts by parts, and then we incorporate the study of the physiological aspects that's basing on physiology, and we try to connect that in a health science or the pure sciences as the background of health science and medical science. Of course, if no science at all, we can never understand the disease. We can never understand the better prescription of those diseases to be eliminated or to be stopped. Okay, so science is the basis and the backbone for everything. Even though mathematics starts with science, okay, before you can formulate the Pythagoras theorem, okay, by triangle, right triangle, you remember that one? A squared plus B squared is equals to C squared, am I correct? Okay, like that. That is Pythagoras theorem in algebra. Okay, the hypotenuse squared is equals to the base squared plus the length squared or the height squared, like that. And if you take the square root, it will become now C is equals to the square root of B squared plus C squared, and that is Pythagoras theorem. Before that formula arrived, there is a scientific research first. There is a principle and theory behind before it becomes an equation and a formula by a name called Pythagoras, a scientist. See, it all started with science to understand well, okay? Even though mathematics, the background or the backbone is still pure sciences through scientific research by certain or various scientists in the past that we are also considering now in our study in our elementary level of education, and high school level of education, and the college level of education, something like that, okay? So science is the core foundation of all. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, we cannot survive without science. Everything, okay, we breathe, we see, all about science, okay? Our environment, our life, the sun, the land, the air, the atmosphere is all about science. So we can survive with science alone, okay? Like that. We cannot survive without science, but we can still survive without money, okay? Like that. So that's why I choose this course, this chemical engineering, because of that reason. Okay, I can survive without money, okay, but I cannot survive without science, okay, like that. But it's only the minimum level. I'm not talking to you for the maximum level. Of course, we cannot survive without money. Okay, if we are considering the maximum level, how can we buy things, buy foods like that? I'm talking only in a minimum level of survival. Okay, I can survive, okay, with science alone, but I cannot survive without money. Okay, I'm discussing that a while ago, right? Because there are food in the garden, fruits, that's food. There are water freely I can drink, even though I will not buy, something like that. Okay, then I can survive. That's why other people can survive without eating food also, only water, for a matter of less than 2 months. Okay, because water also have minerals, okay, and nutrients. Even though you will not intake solid food, you will also survive. Though your body structure is very weak, but we're talking only for survival here, something like that, okay? So we can survive, okay, with science, okay? We can survive with science alone, even though we don't have money, okay? So that's the first reason why I talk up science-related course, BS Chemical Engineering, okay, like that, something like that. Okay, going back to the main discussion of phospholipids. Actually, this is my, this is not my major, okay? This biochemistry is not really my major, studying of, plant biochemistry, animal biochemistry, cell biology, okay, microbiology, something like that, molecular biology, enzymology, genetics, immunology, metabolism. These are the branches of biochemistry, right? But the word chemistry interests me more to connect it with the bio term, because bio means life. I am alive. I'm a person. I am a human being. I need to survive in this contemporary world, right? So bio is very important because it is life. Okay, that's why I combine the chemistry with biology, because it is about life and it interests me the most, because that is the aspect or the area in which the BS Chemical Engineering is lacking. Okay, because BS Chemical Engineering are talking more about the process, the industrial process, the overall material balance, the different physical and chemical separation processes, the unit operations, the chemistry, but it never mentioned there the bio thing. Okay, the bio meaning the life of the plants and animals. That's why now, okay, even though I am finishing my study already, I have to intensify or to upgrade my learning in dealing with the bio part or biological aspects, and then in combination with the chemical engineering aspects. So that's why we have the biochemical engineering and the biochemistry. It's not enough for me only in the chemistry side. Okay, I have to add additional learning. Okay, because in BS chemical engineering also, we don't have medical science subjects. And I found out why like this. We need to know about medical science because it talks about human survival. For example, if I will be now turning 60 years old, okay, and diseases will come in, how can I fight these diseases without involving too much costs or to be proactive enough before I can have those diseases? So I think to myself, I think I have to study more so that I can avoid and prevent those diseases from coming in. Aside from God is the control of everything, okay, our faith, FATE, is governed by God decisions, right? For our Lord decision. But we should not depend on that because God give us the power of learning to understand, to avoid and prevent those diseases of coming in. So we will be proactive enough for our own healthy lifestyle because God is always guiding us. Okay, like that, something like we don't have to rely everything to God, and then it's all our mistakes because our mistakes, suffers for our mistakes. Our mistakes, we suffer for our mistakes, something like that. Okay, so that's it. Okay, since our course B is chemical engineering has no subjects in medical, so I find myself to study more about biology, okay, physiology, anatomy, and also the epidemiology. Okay, I combine those topics and I keep on learning every time I have uh, time, vacant time, even before, not only now. Okay, even though when I was in Taiwan and I was in Abu Dhabi, UAE, when I was in the state of Qatar working, I still find myself to do that. Okay, like that. And I think so because I am an introvert person. Okay, I can easily manage to do that. Introvert meaning I am not really that fun in going out. Okay, I am not really that having so many friends around me. Okay, meaning I am a type of person that really happy. Not really. I am very convenient when I am alone. Something like that. I am really convenient to do things in my own as long as I have God in myself. Something like I am a kind of person like that. Meaning to say I'm introvert, I'm not extrovert. Okay, I'm not really that outgoing person. Okay, like that. So as anybody can observe me, during Friday I'll never go out to Riyadh to Mozambique because I'm not really that type of person. Though sometimes I go out, but it is not my preference to do that. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm not extrovert. I am introvert. Though I am a family-oriented person, I also go out with my nieces, nephews, my mother, my brother, but not all the time because I am not an outgoing person. Okay. Aside that, I will never drink alcoholic beverages. I'm really that kind of person that is, solitaire. Solitaire. And this being a solitaire also drives me a lot also because if I am not a solitaire, if I have so many friends and barcadas, I think I will not become a licensed chemical engineer. Okay, because when I was in college, I'll never do things going out there, rampa rampa. No, I always study. Okay, study home, library like this. I'll never go to the city to sing. I never go with a barcada to drink or whatever, or go in a bar or something. I never experienced that in my entire college days. Okay, what I learned, I sleep in the library most of the times after scanning the books, something like that. Okay, and then reading some information, and it really, it was really successful. Okay, then I really passed luckily the chemical engineering board examination just because of being a solitaire or introvert person, meaning don't have so many friends, relying only to yourself, to your family, and to God, God Almighty, something like that. Because God is my best friend, no other. Okay, because He never judged me. Okay, He understands me always of who really am I, something like that. Okay, so that is. Oh, I almost cried. Wait, what's happening? Okay, going back to the topic. Who's fully busy? And aside from that, also, if you have so many friends, and then they are very toxic, okay? They will try to backbite you and despise you when you are not there. They are loving of, degrading you, pulling you down, something like they will create stories bad for you sometimes also. Okay, so I try to avoid that one. Okay, something like that. Even before I am not really an extrovert person. Okay, but I am a family-oriented person. Okay, something like that. So that's my personal life. Sorry for touching my personal life. And I also love singing. Okay, like that. When I was a kid, I'm joining amateur singing contests. When I was in high school, joining also several singing contests, something like that. It just only stopped when I was in college because I focused in my study. Okay, I focused on my study, and I could not find time already to join singing contest. And aside from that, also we belong to a poor family. Okay, I could not also go to other places. Okay, to go for transportation to join singing contest in another place. For example, going to Tagbilaran, Bohol to join singing contest. Go to Luzon to join a singing contest. don't have enough money also when I was in high school, and because I am only an academic scholarship. Okay, without that academic scholarship, how can I be successful right now? Okay, so our family belongs to in a poor level of society. That's why. Okay, we are not really that having that much. That's why. Okay, but I really agree that we are really patterned to our hereditary traits. Okay, our grandfather or something like that. We are really copied by their genes because the father of my mother in the times of Japanese War, in the World War II, he is a teacher. Okay, like that, and he is. My mother said he is intelligent, something like that, and we pattern our hereditary traits or genes from him, something like that. Okay, so not to be boastful, our family also are really good academically. Okay, but our older sister is the most intelligent of all, something like that. Okay, but we are just above average. Okay, like that. Okay, sorry for telling you about the personal life of. I am a singer, eternal voice. Going back to the topic, which is phospholipid. Oh my God, what's happening? Okay, my gosh, where's my pencil pen? It's lost. Lost talaga. Lost. My gosh. I love to enunciate words and pronunciate words, okay? Like that. I think also if I don't have that diction, I will never win in singing contest because my voice is not that beautiful, okay? I have only average vocal quality. Though I can reach high notes, okay, it's given already. I can belt up high notes, and anybody knows about that. Even though my friends in Philippines, in the choir, in the music ministry, I joined all that. You know that already they can hit high notes. They said comparable to the diva, okay. But my voice quality is not that very good, okay. But I really, balance it with diction, pronunciation, emotions, gestures. Meaning to say, I always give life when I sing, okay, like that. I am not boring, okay. I want to be, unique in my own style of singing, something like that. Okay, so that's it. And I admitted that I don't have a very beautiful voice, good voice, only average. Okay, I'll just mix up with other technique to be more appealing in singing like that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Going back to phospholipids. What time now? Time check is brought to you by Powdered Alaska Milk. 96.3 W Rock. Oh my God. Like that. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, my love, kung ako iniwan mo. Sino ba kumanta noon? I think it's the late April Boy Regino, right? Oh my gosh. April Boy Regino died already, right? I don't know what's his disease. I think it's related also to, sugar. I don't know. Oh my gosh, sugar level talaga. Okay. I think I'm gonna buy a whiteboard to be proper in my discussion, right? Because I'm tired of sitting, I'm tired of nailing something like that, and I have to modify a bit in my style of discussion. I think I'm gonna have in the future a whiteboard and a good, stand of my mobile phone and a little bit of creativity, something like that. But I don't have that kind of creativity also because I'm not that good in computer also. And then I don't have time also to to surf about settings in the computer or in my laptop or my mobile phone. And I don't have a very creative content, though I have a substantial content. Okay, but I don't have the creativity or the impact to be pleasing in the eyes of the viewers. Because admittedly, it could not be denied, if I kept on talking, this will be more boring to the majority of my viewers. I accept that, okay? Like that. But if you are really also in my side, that you love also the content, then you can go with me. But then if you don't like because you love comedy, you want to always laugh, and this is not the right avenue for you because I'm not inserting jokes here. Okay, this is all about academic information, health information, like that. So if you're the kind of person that loves to laugh, to remove your stress, then this platform is not for you because this is only learning for the health is wealth. Okay, I know laughter is the best medicine also. It's part of good health, but there are still a lot of techniques for good health, not only to laugh. Okay, that's because to laugh cannot prevent cancer. Okay, to laugh cannot prevent colon cancer. To laugh cannot prevent kidney cancer. Okay, so there is more to that technically. Though it will help you to be happy for a moment, but it will be lost also. The next day you'll find also another content that will make you happy, YouTube, jokes or surprises. But don't tell me it's always all like that also. So you also have a moment to be serious regarding to your health. Okay, so that you can endure and sustain your life, okay, for 80 years old, 90 years old, 100 years old, okay? But it's God's decision, but you still have to have your own actions, okay, in your healthy lifestyle, okay? Because you have one life and you must preserve your life while you are here on earth, something like that, okay? My gosh. Me also, I love sometimes because I also sometimes watch comedy videos in YouTube, okay, but I'll still find another platform to be serious, okay, like this, academic information, health information, like this, blah, 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 so and so, okay, like that. Even though you are not a student, you still have to acquire learning also, okay, like that, to be used in our daily life also, right? Okay. Phospholipids. Oh my gosh. Phospholipids. Oh my gosh. So, in every terminology that we encountered in textbooks, in manuals, in notes, or it could be in the website, network pages like this, social media. Okay, it's not enough that we will read that only. We need to research really. If we don't understand the term, we need to refer to the dictionary what is all about. And we need to understand really the definition of the term so that we can understand that one before proceeding to the next paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph, something like that, so that we can easily understand what it's all about. Okay, that's the technique. Okay, so that we can understand terms and so that In the near future also, if you encounter that term, so there will be no problem at all because you understand that. Okay? And then we can use the terms also in the next conversation with our friends. If you are doing vloggings and live streamings like me, or if you write an article or a column in a certain newspapers, or you have your own poems, or poetry, something like that. And if you write or make your reports in Word, in school, then you can also incorporate and add those difficult terms in which previously you didn't know, but at present you know that already because you refer that dictionary what it is all about. So something like that, like this, phospholipids. Okay. Phospholipids, I put S at the last word before T, or after D, sorry. So this phospholipids, there are two terms there, phospho and lipid. And I'm teaching you only how the technique. Okay, this will be applicable also in taking an examination, whatever type of examination. You have to scrutinize and evaluate really the word for word what it is all about so that you can understand. Okay, for example, in a chemistry point of view, solubility. Solubility meaning the term there, the K term here is solution. Okay, is solution in terms of solvent and solute, not the solution of the problem, because that is homoname. Okay, homoname in English, the same words but different in meaning utilization. So that is homonames, right? So solution, okay, to a problem, and solution in chemistry or in experimentation, which is contains the solute and the solvent. I am referring to the solution in experimentation, which contains the solute and the solvent in mixing. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is the phospholipids, meaning phospho and lipid. Now, what is phospho? Phospho is the abbreviation of phosphorus. Okay, if we try to refer the periodic table of elements, we have phosphorus there. The symbol is a capital P, something like that. Okay, and now if this phosphorus will link into a polyatomic ion, this is now called a phosphate. Okay, as NaT. As I taught you a while ago, all polyatomic ions end in ATE. For example, chromate, oxalate, phosphate, like that, citrate, carboxylate, ganon. So those are polyatomic ions. But in case of this phosphorus, the polyatomic ion is phosphate. Okay, and here phospho only meaning phosphorus. Okay, and then lipid. Okay, combined together, phospholipid. Now, in these two terms, it is very necessary to understand each because when you draw or when you illustrate the molecular structural formula, you can really determine automatically what you will be able to illustrate in terms of their molecular structure and behavior and their orientation when they exist as a monoatomic substance. Okay, single or freely alone. You say, I am phosphorus, I am only acting as a phosphorus. I will never act as a diatomic molecule. Okay, I will never act as a polyatomic molecule, which is a phosphate. Okay, so I am single. Okay, I don't have girlfriend. I don't have attachment to anybody else. I am not engaged with other people. Okay, I am bachelor. I am single. I'm not committed to anybody else. I'm not married. So those are monoatomic molecules, same as me. If you compare that to a person single, not attached to anybody else. Okay, so if I will act as a phosphorus, that is monoatomic atom or molecule, something like that. Okay. So phospho. So this only means phosphorus. Okay. Or it could be either a phosphate. It depends on the chemical reaction. Okay. Then lipid. Lipid is automatically a fat. Okay. F-A-T-E. So meaning to say this lipid or lipid, I don't know what is the exact pronunciation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, anybody who are a mass communication graduate or BS in elementary education, major in English, or Bachelor of Science in secondary education, major in English, please correct me if that is lipid or lipid. But I'm used to pronounce it as a lipid. Okay, Lipid, but it never matters at all. But I am referring to lipid. Okay, or it can be lipid. I don't know. Sometimes I'm confused also with the pronunciation. Okay, sometimes, like for example, advertisement and advertisement. So sometimes many people use that as an advertisement because the root word is advertise. But you know, when you connect the advertise to meant, it will become advertisement, something like that. Also, the others also are using advertisement, meaning the commercials, the ads, the sponsorships of a certain particular products. So that is advertisement. Okay, like that. So until now, I'm confused if it is really correct, if it is advertisement or it is advertisement, something like that. Okay. That's what I'm telling you. If you are already master in pronunciation and enunciation or diction in short, then correct me if I'm wrong, because I pronounce this lipid as a lipid, not a lipid. Sorry. Okay, like that. That's phospholipid. I think lipid because if it is lipid, then I will say phospholipid, right? Something like that. You need to investigate, something like that. Just like in experimentation and laboratory, you have to investigate the raw materials, how to behave, how they react with each other, something like that. And you have to discover really the physical and the chemical properties. It's going to be like this because it reacts to this. Okay, because this is highly polar, something like that. Blah, 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 blah. Your brain will automatically think, what's really the situation all about regarding the physical characteristics or chemical characteristics in the laboratory experimentation. Not enough to say the results. You have to interpret the results, something like that. Because in interpretation, you will use your reasoning and explanation behind to answer the questions in your mind. Why it acts like this, blah, 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 so and so. So that's why and how are intelligent questions. Okay, why and how. WHY and HOW, because it teaches you to think of some logical reasons to justify your questions, and you will be contented and satisfied with your answers to those questions, and it will be answered perfectly, something like that. Okay, now going to phospholipids. Oh my God, I'm very talkative. Okay, phospholipids. Okay, phospho and lipids. Now, this phospholipid is a fatty substances. Okay, fat. This is also a polymer composed of many bonded or chain of monomers. Okay, so I discussed to you already, right? The definition of a monomer, of a polymer in the previous blocks. So no need to repeat that over and over again, right? Okay, so like this phospholipid is a polymer of macro, something like that. So macromolecules. Micromolecules, something like that. And we are on the macromolecules of biochemistry or biological substances. So this phospholipid is one of the examples of one of the main types of macromolecules composed of phosphate group and a lipid. Okay, what's the difference between a lipid and phospholipid? Okay, not the philosophical answer, in a scientific approach answer. Okay, because sometimes when we do the jokes, we will say, what's the difference of this and this and that? So that we need to laugh, and then we insert our reasoning, which is very, not substantial, meaning no substance. For example, what is the difference of phospholipid? You will say, spelling, like that, and somebody will laugh. It's okay, because your purpose is to laugh. Okay, but we are here in a serious matter. What is the difference between phospholipids and a lipid? And then maybe I will say also, spelling is the difference because lipid has no phospho, like that. Okay, it is that, it does not govern here. So we are talking of serious here. So the difference is this. Oh my gosh. Lipid, oh my gosh, is a combination of 3 fatty acids, which are the saturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids, and trans fatty acids, plus the one component of glycerol, which contains 3 carbon atoms and 3 hydroxyl group under trioses alcohol, something like that. So the specific example of this lipids are the triglycerides, in which that will appear in our physical or medical examination results. Okay, so our triglycerides level, as I mentioned over and again, it will not be more than 150 milligrams per deciliters. Because if it is more than that, then we have a chance to develop the disease called cardiovascular diseases, obesity, sometimes also overweight, okay, hyperglycemia, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, stroke, okay, atherosclerosis, the disease of the arteries in our heart that is hardened and cannot function properly like that because it can no longer function to transport the oxygen and the nutrients in the heart circulation of the blood or the blood flow circulation, something like that. Okay, so that is lipid only. Glycerol plus fatty acid. Okay. When we talk about phospholipid, the incorporation of a phospho term that could mean phosphate group. So we need now to add phosphate group plus the glycerol plus the fatty acid. So there are now 3 components in the definition of phospholipid. But in a lipid alone, there are only 2 components, which are the glycerol and the fatty acids. Now I'll be able to show to you the illustrations of this phospholipid. By the way, these phospholipids examples are waxes. Okay, you know waxes? Okay, waxes, we have an ear wax in our ear, like that. We have the kugmo in our ilong. So those are waxes. Okay, like that. What else? So many examples also, the paraffin waxes also, which are very important in the food industry, right? Used in wrapping the cheese, something like that, or using in the production of candles. Okay, the paraffin wax. Okay, we have also the plant wax, the beeswax. Okay, that produces honey sugar, honey, the beeswax, something like that. Okay, so those are waxes. So to tell you a brief story, not brief story, brief identification, this waxes belongs to ester family. Ester family meaning a combination of saturated fatty acids plus a long chain of alcohol. So it results to ester plus water in the esterification process. Okay, this is ester product. So wax is an example. But specifically, this wax belongs to the phospholipids also. Another example of phospholipids are pigments, the dye that we use every day also to color our hair, like that, okay, or to color the textiles, to color the clothes, something like that, okay, pigments, colored material, and also the ink. Okay, the pencil pen, the ball pen. So these are the applications of the pigments. These are under phospholipids. Okay, another example of that also is steroids. Okay, steroids hormones. Okay, specifically the cholesterol. Okay, I will never mention yet now the functions of the steroid hormones because that's another topic, right? Okay, so our topic will become lengthy if you incorporate everything because this, it will take a longer time to discuss everything regarding that also, okay? So I will just tell you that a steroid hormone is a major component structure of the cell membrane of an animal, okay? Something like that, okay? And it is responsible in the propagation of fats, okay? The main function will act as a fuel also to drive the metabolism and support muscle function. Something like that, okay? Steroid hormones, okay? And also help for the developmental sexual traits of an individual. For example, I am a boy. I want to become a girl. Then I want to buy a hormone that is for female. Meaning to say, I need to buy a hormone that rich in estrogen. Okay, estrogen binded with androgen binding derivatives. So androgen binding derivatives plus the estrogen, which is the hormone of a female, and then it will become now the hormone that you'll be able to drink in capsule or in antibiotic. Then maybe my voice will change every time I speak like a female, the way I behave every time like a female, or I can develop now a breast, BREST, because that is hormone for the female I just take in regularly. So that's why it's costs millions for that hormone if you really buy that one, because that is very, very difficult to formulate that one because it's expensive. Imagine if you are a boy, you want to become a girl you want to become a boy, reverse. So it's really expensive to do that. So you have to buy that special steroid hormones for that, because that is for study of steroid hormones. Okay, help to control developmental sexual traits. Okay, like that, and also help to control proper metabolism, help to control also our immune system, and also the balance of salt and water, and also it helps us to withstand with any diseases. Okay, that's the function of the steroid hormones. Okay, not only for the control of the developmental sexual traits, but also for other aspects also, which are beneficial to our good health, something like that. So these steroid hormones are under with phospholipids also. Okay, okay, going back to the phospholipids. Oh my God. I will try to illustrate now so that we can understand properly what's going on. Oh my gosh, this one lipid. Oh my God, I don't have any more the ink. Okay, like that. By the way, what's the difference between a dye and what do you call that one? Pigment. There's a difference. I read that a while ago. The pigment are mostly composed of organic compound, okay, and that is soluble in nonpolar solvents, okay. But this dye is composed of inorganic compounds that is more soluble to water, something like that. The difference, okay, for a dye, DYE, and a pigment also. Those are colored material that are very, very useful in our world today. Okay, especially the titanium oxide used to color cars, luxury cars, the Ferrari red. Okay, that's colored material. It belongs to or composed of organic non-polar substances, meaning insoluble to water, something like that. Okay, so that kind of business product is very popular and very highly lucrative, meaning highly profitable. Lucrative, okay, very lucrative business operations nowadays, especially in coloring food products. Okay, anything. It could be Tupperware, like that. It could be a bag. It could be a textiles. It could be an airplane. It could be a car. So the color there are coming from the pigments. Okay, like that. Imagine that's really belong to fat, and we don't know that. Okay, oh my God, belongs to fat. FAT belong to phospholipids. Oh my gosh, this phospholipids is very, highly applicable, are very useful to our world today, right? Okay. My gosh. Any questions so far? Okay, later on you have so many questions. And forgive me also if I have so many errors. It cannot be denied. Okay, I'm not perfect. Okay, I have so many errors also because due to my, fast speaking in English, and I forgot to sometimes filtered out what's coming on my mouth, something like that. Okay, but I'm just lucky enough to determine it quickly. But sometimes also it's late for me to identify when my live stream will already uploaded in the YT channel. But that's why I put in the error statement there. A bigger apology because something like this, like blah, blah, so and so. Okay, like, and sometimes it will be reversed, something like that, but not all the time, but sometimes. Okay, but I need to limit that one because it's really not scripted. Okay, I don't want to do vloggings and live streaming that is scripted because it looks like perfect 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see in the YouTube videos, they are perfect, right? No mistakes because they are preparing that. Okay. They are preparing a lot scripted like this. I don't want to have that scripted, live streaming and vloggings. I want to be spontaneous. Okay, what comes on my brain, then I will be able to discuss and share it with you guys. Okay, like that. And with some stock knowledge of being a chemical engineer, and together with my research, a lot of research day by day, then I can share to you guys something like that. Okay, just correct me if I'm wrong, no problem with that, because I need to issue a statement, error statement in the description of my live stream video and in my vlog video. Okay, time check is brought to you now by Rejoice Shampoo. 96.3 W Rock. Okay, nan. Okay, my gosh. Lipid. I think lipid also is not familiar to those persons or students or any professionals that are not taking sciences courses. But I am sure it was discussed in general chemistry as the backbone of all sciences. Sorry. Okay, but I think because this is not their concentration also, this is not their focus, maybe they forgot also. Okay, lipid composed of glycerol. Oh my gosh. And one identification also, my friend, if it ends in OL, that's an alcohol family, huh? Okay, I will tell you something, because maybe somebody will not understand the way I explained about cholesterol, right? Because I spoke a while ago, cholesterol belong to the alcohol family. Am I correct? Yes, I'm correct. But the function will not act as an alcohol. It's only in the family of alcohol, but he will never do the function of being an alcohol family. Okay? For example, the dihydroxyacetone is the simple sugar under ketosis sugar, right? The formula is basing on the general formula of a ketone, just like an acetone. Okay, now why he functioned and what it functioned as a sugar? Okay, things like that, the same as glycerol. Oh no, the same as cholesterol. Cholesterol will not function as an alcohol, but it belongs to an alcohol family because it ends with OL. Okay. Ethanol, methanol, propanol, glycerol, cholesterol. See? Like that. So it ends with OL. That's the technique of an alcohol substance. Okay? I'm not telling you that cholesterol will behave as alcohol, but it's only belong from that family. So meaning to say, this situation also like that, a deviation from their function, right? Okay, so this glycerol is really an alcohol, as I mentioned a while ago. This is an alcohol found in sugar. Okay, plus fatty acids. Okay, don't also be confused also, because some also will be confused. Why acids? Is fat an acid? Okay, because if you can remember the formula of this fatty acid, is a long chain of carbon and hydrogen, right? With a corner of carboxylic group. So carboxylic group composed of double bond with oxygen. The carbon is bonded with double bond of oxygen, and then the OH hydroxyl group. So COH general formula plus the alkyl capital R, that is an acid. Okay, that's why it is being connected, that it's called fatty acid. Okay, that's why others are saying, why it become an acid that is a fat? Okay, basically the behavior and function is an acid, but it is just a fat. Okay, something like that. Okay, or it could be the function is a fat, but basically it is also an acid, something like that. Meaning, to behavior, okay, or literally amphipathic, right? Amphipathic structure can behave as water soluble, and it can behave also as a water insoluble or hydrophobic or hydrophilic substance, something like that, because this is a fat. Okay, something like that. So when I speak about fatty acid, that's only fats. It's okay. It's just equal. But I need to put the correct technically, because that is really a fatty acid, not only a fat, but it has the same connotation. It is have the same understanding in a layman's term. Okay, but in a technical point of view, it is specifically fatty acid really. Okay, to use that in an equation, in a chemical reaction, in a chemical processes, something like that. Okay, So glycerol plus fatty acids, or we can call this unsaturated fats, equivalent to fatty acids or unsaturated fatty acids, something like that. It depends on the kinds of, what kind of fat is that. Okay, this is the lipid. Okay, I'll show you. Lipid is equals to glycerol plus fatty acids. Okay, like that. And the phospholipids. Okay, I'll just try to differentiate. Okay, phospholipids. Okay, like that. Phosphate group. Okay. My God, something to be egg. This phosphorus really, coming from the phosphorus, very powerful, right? You know, because it's coming from the photosynthesis, right? In the reaction of photosynthesis, and it will produce adenosine triphosphate. And adenosine triphosphate composed of so many phosphorus. And then again, it will be delivered into our system, in our body. Another phosphorus will be there. Okay, like that. So that's why we don't need to add more phosphorus also in our body. For example, the soft drinks or any other food that contains phosphorus, because too much phosphorus already also inside our body. Okay, and then the problem now is the filtering function of the liver, and before it will go to the kidney, something like that, and the kidney gallbladder will accept those undissolved salts. Okay, like that. So phosphate group. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Plus glycerol. Oh my gosh. You know, I really love to continue my Masters of Science in Environmental Science, but I need to change the major someday. My God. Major someday. But I love also environmental science, that's why. Oh my gosh. Because everything, it's in the environment. Okay, everything, the work we have, the life we have here on earth. Okay, all institutions, all private sectors and businesses operated in the environment. Okay, so that's why I really love to study environmental science. Okay, these sciences also that I discussed to you is belong also to the environment, something like that. Okay, so all people belongs to the environment, all animals involved to the environment, even though the solar system belongs to the environment also. You know, the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxy, the Milky Way, okay, the planets, okay, the planetary science, the geology also, the different minerals inside the underground soil, something like that. Everything is in the environment, so it's very broad. That's why I selected Masters of Science in Environmental Science in the past, okay, but I never continued that masteral, okay? So maybe I will continue that in the future also, but I'll never continue that one, okay? Plus fatty acid. Because in masteral education is very important also, because, you know, it develops you how to discuss in a spontaneous manner, in an impromptu, okay, like that, and then your doctors, your professors will be doctors, and they will just telling you to have this topic and discuss with your co-students. So, okay, so those students are all professionals already, sitting in the chair, something like that. You will discuss something like that and show to them like this. So you will be developed there, how to discuss properly, something like that. And then you can, you know, all those techniques in delivering a report and whatever type of discussion you have, then you can really manage to express more the substance of your topics regarding about what topics that your doctors will give to you. So that is in the masteral courses. Okay, I enjoy the most when I taught my Master of Science in Environmental Science in University of San Carlos. Okay, that was 2000, I forgot the year, because 2011, okay, and I stopped from there, okay, that's because I continued to do my work as an OSH, okay, occupational safety health and engineer, okay, something like that. Then I really managed that ES, environmental science, because it's really related also to my course in chemical engineering also. Okay, there's sciences, a lot of sciences also in environmental. Okay, especially environmental chemistry. We have the air chemistry, land chemistry, water chemistry, or basically environmental chemistry. It's very enjoyable to study that one also in my NSES. Okay, but I don't finish that one. Okay, I don't have diploma on that because of course I don't finish that one. How can I have that diploma after all? Okay, going that phosphate group plus glycerol plus fatty acids. Okay. You know, but I really love to, to be one of the professors in a certain university someday. Maybe I think so. Because it's really my forte and masterpiece in this kind of, in this kind of, field. Okay? In this kind of field. Okay, we have the components of the phospholipids are phosphate group plus glycerol plus fatty acids. Though I have to illustrate the molecular structure formula so that we can be able to understand. Actually, I discussed this already in my previous discussions also. No need, right? Why no need? I have to, so that we can understand clearly, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, where's the sketch paper? Oh, my sketch papers are almost finished also. Okay, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay. Phosphate. My gosh. Phosphate, that is a phosphorus plus oxygen subscript 4 raised to the power -3. Okay. Like this. Phosphate. Polyatomic anion with a -3 charge. Okay. Like this. We will teach you a little bit with combination reaction, huh? And then we have the hydrogen ion plus hydrogen ion. We have one proton. Proton is a positively charged particle. Okay. Electron is a negatively charged particle. Or stated differently, positive proton is the positively charged ion. Okay, negatively charged or electrons is the negatively charged ion or ions only. Because ion referring to either negative or positive. Okay, like that. We are not referring here the cathodic medium, such as in electrolysis. Okay, and producing electricity. Okay, we have also that salt and water reaction, right? And a galvanized battery like that, the polarity, and then there is a sulfuric acid, blah, 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 so on. So, and it will produce an electricity. So there's a cathodic medium there. So it will be called a cathode. It will be in the positive medium, something like it will become an anode if it is a negative medium, something. It's in electrolysis, okay, in chemistry. Okay, but here it's just simple, right? So like this. Okay, so, oh my gosh, naman talaga. Okay, so PO for -3. Okay, this is 3, right? So we have PO for charot. PO4 is equals to 3. Wow. And H is only 1. Okay. Okay. Sorry. See, quick, very quick. Because I analyze immediately. H positive, H positive, H positive. Yes. I almost forgot. Sorry for that. See, if you really understand, then you can quickly change your mind. But it is really wrong, right? Something like that. Okay? This logic behind why I will never do scripted vloggings and live streaming also. Because it helps me to think really. Okay? Like that. Okay? Okay. -3. So the phosphate -3 and the positive charge is not equal. So though by polarity study, it will react with each other because that is negative and positive, but it is imbalanced. Okay, the hydrogen has only 1, and this phosphate has only 3, -3 or 3. So this hydrogen will have 2 more to compensate the 3 of the phosphate. So H plus, H plus plus H plus. Okay, so 3 to compensate the negative 3 charge of the phosphate. Now we sum that one. There are 3 H. So let's put this H, close and open parenthesis 3, and phosphate, no close and open parenthesis because it is not duplicated or triplicated. It's only single. So that is phosphate like this. Okay. Now, if you combine and clip that together by chemistry principle, then you can state that H3 close and open parenthesis, okay, like this, plus PO4 negative 3. So the negative will remove because it's already being neutralized with each other during the clipping and during the combination process of this polyatomic anion and a single hydrogen. Okay, so this is gonna be the situation now. There's no charges in the compound. Never put the charge anymore because it's already compound. So this H3PO4. Now we need to eliminate the close and open parenthesis because it is no longer necessary for that compound because there's no purpose. Okay, like that. So H3PO4 is the formula of phosphoric acid. Okay, this one. Phosphoric acid. This phosphoric acid is very also useful, okay, in the esterification. My God, ano ba to? The esterification of the phospholipids to function that also properly in the polar environment, okay, in the intracellular, something like that, okay? So like this. So that is water, polarity. Okay, like this. So this is very useful because of the polarity of the water also. Okay, like that. This H here can be obtained by the water reaction, right? For the hydrolysis, salt plus water, something like that, right? If you can remember. Okay, but in the esterification also, plus the acid, something like that. Okay, okay, like that. And it will become like this, the ester. Okay. Esterification process, meaning the products are esters, okay? Like the phospholipids obeying the rule of esterification process. And there's phosphoric acid there, okay, that will partially react because of the water, right? Water has hydrogen and it will react to phosphate. And then this phosphate also is in the phospholipids, okay? So meaning to say, this phospholipids surrounded with water, there's a reaction for this, like this, in the phosphate group, because those glycerol and those fatty acids are not reactive to water. So they are non-polar. So the one who will react is the phosphate and the glycerol. By the way, class, glycerol is an alcohol family. Alcohol is reactive to water, okay? Reactive to water. That's why we have methanol, ethanol. We have a solvent there to produce a methanol, to produce an ethanol. So basically, alcohol are hydrophilic, meaning it has more affinity to water. It will react to water, so highly soluble to water. So in this definition, phospholipids, because the phosphate groups plus glycerol plus fatty acids, this phosphate group and the glycerol are the hydrophilic part. It will react to the water in the process of esterification process that I will be showing you later. Okay, so this is now the head of the phospholipid. Just like the human being, we have the head and we have also the feet. The feet is our tail. Okay, like that. It's only an analogy. It's not really the word for it, but it's only the comparison behind so that we can understand very well. Okay, the hydrophilic head and the hydrophilic tail. So the tail is the fatty acid, okay, because this is non-polar. It is not reactive to water, insoluble to water, or it has less affinity to water, or it will repel to water. So a lot of definitions, don't be confused, okay? It depends on the structuring of the grammar or the English statements, okay? That's why sometimes in the problem solving, it's very important also to analyze and evaluate the required of the problem solving so that you can understand. So it is an advantage if you have really good English knowledge, like that, something like that. Personal opinion only, yeah? It depends on you. But for me, it has an advantage. Okay, so glycerol, hydrophobic, right? Sorry, hydrophilic. We are done with hydrophilic, right? Okay, so hydrophilic. So, meaning to say, highly attracted to water, okay, more or greater affinity with water, meaning they are in love with water because they can be easily attracted, just like a human being. If you are really attracted to that person, then in the future, you will love them, something like that. It's just like the behavior of the phosphate group and the glycerol. So they are hydrophilic substances. Okay, okay. So these are the head. Okay. So meaning to say, if these are the head, of course, they are in the upper portion, just like human being. There's no person that is on the ground. Okay, because if that person is the head on the ground, then he is already a crazy people or a gymnast or whatever. By normal circumstances, okay, our head should be directed to the heaven or to the upper portion. Just like also the phospholipid is just like in our body. The head is always in the upper portion. In the polar environment or in the water environment, meaning to say aquatic environment inside our body. We have also aquatic environment there. Okay, the extracellular environment. Okay, something extra because it's on the upper, not in the inside. Okay, like that. So this phosphate and glycerol will undergo esterification. I will show you later. Okay, it's gonna be like this, and this is also the reason. My gosh, this is the reason that the tail will, will remain in the membrane. Okay, they will not escape. Okay, that's why these fats will cause really our belly to become big, something like that, because it will be accumulated there because they cannot be flushed immediately by water. So only by metabolism, proper metabolism, exercise, or doing your work every day, anything you do, because anything you do is already a metabolism. Okay, even though you write, even though you eat, your hands are already having an action, a kinetic energy, right? So if it is moving already, there's already a metabolism in there, unless you will not move. Okay, if you move, even though walking, even though you stretch your hand, that's already undergoing the process of metabolism, but not high enough to produce the breaking down of the wastes of fats sorry into wastes, something like that. Okay, but that's still metabolism. Okay, so that's the purpose there. Okay, oh my gosh, ang hirap kaya mag-draw. Okay, that's why I never took up architectural design, or Bachelor of Science in Fine Arts, because I don't really love drawings. Okay, but when I was a child, I really loved to draw something like this. Okay, like this. So this is a phospholipids. My God, it will take a long time. I'll tell you frankly. So this is gonna be like this. Okay, what's the formula of phosphate group? Okay, phosphate group. Ganon. So, P. Kasi ba makalagot? Okay? So, what you're trying to emphasize here, that the bonding, the covalent bonding, be careful, because you have to count the electrons in the outermost shell, something like that. And if you have more, then it will not be, it will not be utilized well, and your reaction is wrong, something like that. So you have to take note also the electrons in the outermost shell. For phosphorus, how many electrons in the outermost shell in basic chemistry? Anybody? May ganun talaga. Anybody? How many electrons in the outermost shell, or the valence electrons of phosphorus? Okay, I think nobody can answer for this. Okay, oh my gosh. Only chemistry students like this, chemical engineering, basic chemistry, or engineering students have chemistries, chemistry subjects, they can answer also. Okay, oxygen, 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 oxygen. Oh my gosh. Here, wow. Phosphorus, single band oxygen in the upper portion, single band oxygen on the other side, double band on the other side, and single band oxygen. So directly, this is called as a covalent bonding. covalent bonding, but there is an unequal sharing of electrons. Because the number of electrons in the outermost shell of an oxygen is 6. For example, these two double bond, there's still one, two, this, there are still 4 electrons that are not yet shared for the oxygen, right? And though the phosphorus electrons are completely shared, but the oxygen electrons are not completely shared. So this is still a polar covalent band. Okay, because there's an excess of charges, which is the 4 electrons of oxygen that are not shared, are not bonded to phosphorus, something like that. So nonpolar covalent bond, or the equal sharing of electrons, only exists in both of the elements that are completely shared with each other. Something in this case, though the phosphorus electrons are shared all, but the electrons in the outermost shell of oxygen are not yet shared completely. So this is still polar covalent band, under covalent band. So meaning to say, this esterification process producing esters and waters are examples of a covalent band generally. Okay? And you have to understand that principle behind. Okay? So phosphate group plus the glycerol. My gosh. Again, what is the formula of glycerol? Glycerol is under trioses alcohols, right? So 3 carbon atoms and 3 hydroxyl groups. Now, you should be clever enough that the oxygen, okay, the oxygen is on the side. So, of course, it will attract the OH there in the glycerol. So, you have to reorient the glycerol that your OH is facing to the oxygen, or else your molecular structure presentation will be wrong. Okay? Because it is also correct that your OH will be on the other side. But in this manner, you try to react with phosphate group, then do it now that your OH also will be near to the oxygen side. That's only like that, okay? Common sense. Okay? So it's OH like this. And then we have carbon, hydrogen. So 3 carbon. If you can easily detect how many carbons or carbonyl group, then you can understand really the situation, because you can add only hydrogen, oxygen, like blah, 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 so on. So you can adjust automatically, not necessarily memorizing. Okay, like that. H like this, carbon, like this, carbon, like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, like that. Now, so this, there are sorry, OH for the upper carbon of the of the glycerol, and there's also OH in the down. It's not put yet, but you have this also react to the fatty acids, right? Be sure also that your OH should be also attracted to the H in the fatty acids, like that, because the H will attract to OH so that it can produce water. Okay, H plus OH is equals to H2O, right? So this OH will attract to the H of the fatty acid. So you should attract the fatty acid there. Okay, because if you try to reverse, then it will not react, H and H. Okay, something like this. Okay, going back, H, 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 OH. Okay, and you try to remember that the OH is downside, is there on the other side. So it should be the same with the upper side. Okay? Only this OH is different on the other orientation. So do not put the OH on the other side because it's already wrong also in the orientation. I'm talking of the orientation. I'm not talking of the isomerization reaction or an isomer. Actually, this is an isomer because the orientation doesn't matter at all. Okay, only the number of atoms of oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. But we are illustrating the molecular structural formula. So the orientation is very important for the reaction of other organic substances, or else it will defeat its purpose. It will never react. It will not be thinking that way. Okay, like this. So OH, H like that. Okay, this is the glycerol formula. Okay, glycerol formula, 3 carbon atoms. Oh my gosh, like this. And we have 3 OH because 3 hydroxyl groups. Okay, and the rest will be hydrogen bonds. Okay, something like that. Okay. And then plus the fatty acid. Okay. Now you will choose this is very lengthy. Okay, how can I do this? It's very lengthy. I need to orient this like this on the landscape because just forgive me, because if you try to do the vertical fatty acid, imagine the fatty acid is 18 carbon atoms. 18 carbon atoms banded with carboxylic group in the corner. And my paper only is going downwards. So I have to reorient the structure to be also in vertical position, right? But never mind. Okay. For the purpose of illustration only, right? Okay. Because I cannot extend the paper here also. Okay. Oh my gosh. May ganon. Okay. So, H. Char. Ganon. So, 18 na siya ha. In fairness. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my God! 12, 13, 14. Sana gamay ra na ako. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh my gosh. See? My goodness. I don't have enough space na siya. I'll just branch it off here. Huh? Please forgive me. Okay? Like that. Okay. Actually, I have to branch this in the other side. Anyway, the principle only is the important one. Actually, I have to go down here, but there's no enough space. Okay. The understanding is just the same, right? So we have C double band oxygen, OH, which is the carboxylic group. Okay, this one. Carboxylic group, COH. Carbonyl group banded with oxygen, double band, and OH like this. Okay? And then we need to attract this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh! 10, 11, 12. Like this. Ganon. Ganon lang siya. Okay? And then H, H, H. So H na siya. Okay? H. Kapoy. Kapoy, what H eh? H, 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 H. Hydrogen atom or hydrogen ion. Okay. So the definition of ions are charged particles only. So for example, the examination will state, what is an ion? And there's too much space for you to answer. So just answer it directly. It's a charged particle, kalas. Something like that, okay? And it is multiple choice like this. Blank is a charged particle, like that. A, proton, B, neutron, C, electron, like that. Answer the proton and the electron because it doesn't specify what kind of charge, if it is negative or positive. So these are questions also, especially in the board examination, that will try to trick you out, right? For the multiple choice, for example, which of the following is the charged particle? Something like that. Okay, then there are also protons, electrons, neutrons. You know already that the only uncharged, no charged particle is only the neutron. That's why it's called neutral particles. So neutron is not charged at all, zero charge. So your answer will be electrons and protons because the question doesn't specify the charges. Okay, something like that. Okay, there's also questions like that. Okay, so you have to, you know what I mean. Okay, so H, 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 H. And I think also in the board examination in engineering, chemistry will always be there. I think so. Under physical, chemical sciences, okay, all engineering have chemistry. Okay, though it's not really that difficult, okay, compared to the BS chemistry and the BS chemical engineering, but the basics of chemistry will also be there. Sometimes will be coming up in the examination. Okay, like that. Okay. I'll tell you frankly, without theories and principles, I will never pass the chemical engineering board examination. Okay, like this. Okay, sorry, somebody called me now. Who's this? Sorry, I was interrupted for a while. Okay. Oh, it's only the, it's not good. It's only the, that non-existent number. Okay, like that. What did I tell you a while ago? I told you a while ago, without the stock knowledge on principles, theories, and concepts, I'll never pass the chemical engineering board examination because I'm not good in problem solving. Okay, straightforward. Okay, I'm not also good in mathematics. Good. Okay, because without the theoretical learning or the stock knowledge regarding the theories, the principles behind the basic one, I'll never pass. Okay, because I am not good in problem solving really. Okay, I am really average. I'm not intelligent for that part. But if I don't have this stuffs, I will never pass. Okay, something like that. So H, because there are topics that are not completely discussed also when I was in college. Okay, because the instructors cannot discuss everything also. Sometimes you have to refer on the books in the library. Okay, so if you have an additional information about theories, principles regarding, chemistry, physical chemistry, like this, blah, 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 so on. So, okay. Problem solving is natural for an engineering courses. Okay. But, really the basic concept is more important to one, really, for me. Okay. So that you can understand really the difficult one. You start with a basic, formula, how it come like that. Okay. This is the situation. Okay. Like this, 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 like this. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's also here. And I will tell you frankly also, according to them, not me, okay, BS Chemical Engineering board examination is one of the most difficult board exam also in engineering, okay? That's what they told us. Okay, like that. Really, it's really difficult. Okay, so I have to react the OH in the upper portion for the. This is the saturated fatty acid, right? See, 18 carbon atoms. See, perfect, right? Ganon. So I have to react this with another H. The same story, guys. Okay, the same story. You have to react the OH with H. Okay, again, 1, 2, but I have to do the double band, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to do the double band here. Okay, carbon. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my gosh, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh my gosh. Like that. So I have here a double band, oxygen, H, and OH. Okay. Basta OH na siya, hindi na masud. OH and H na sa carboxylic group. Okay? Like this. H, 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 H. So basically, our body is composed of so many hydrogen atoms and carbon atoms. So basically, if these carbon and hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms are not present in our body, we will also die. Okay? H, H. So magpasalamat ta sa carbon and hydrogen atom because it made us alive every day. H, 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 H. The double bond is here in number 9. Okay? H, H. Oh my God. H, 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 H. Nakaloka. H, 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 Okay? Ganon. So now, if you have no, oh my gosh, see, very lengthy, right? So if you have an idea now, how many carbon atoms, for example, if there are 18, so the hydrogen will always just dependent to the bonding moment. If it is having a double bond, a single bond, or triple bond. So the counting of the hydrogen will be matters there. But the carbon is still the same. For example, your clue, I have a stearic acid, they have an 18 carbon atoms, put it down already. So the hydrogen will just be dependent on the bonding, how many, then you will adjust your how many your hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms also. It depends now on the structuring. That's why the molecular structural formula is very important. For example, if you forgot to memorize, then you can do this, something like that. Okay. Like me, I memorize also the basic formula of hydrocarbons like that. But sometimes I forgot, then I can do this also by hand. Okay, for example, the stearic acid, how many hydrogen is that? So even though I memorize that there are 36 atoms of hydrogen in a stearic acid, then if I forgot, then I have to do this. It can be easily adjusted by counting the hydrogen atoms and counting the oxygen atoms. Okay, because we cannot memorize everything. So many chemical substances inside our body undergoing the chemical reactions, especially the enzymes, the catalytic reactions inside our body through the biosynthesis or chemical synthesis, something like that. Okay, so you can easily adjust. Then the next fatty acid I draw is this mono unsaturated fatty acid because there is one double bond. Okay, mono. So if the double bond is a number 10 carbon, then you will say that is a poly unsaturated fatty acid already. If it is, the double bonds are more than 2. Okay, if only one, mono. So eating peanuts, hazelnuts, avocado, pumpkin seeds, soybeans, okay, the mungos, okay, the fish, okay, the seafoods, the sunflower oil, the olive oil, the canola oil. If you keep on using that in your daily intake, this is the formula we use in our body, okay? Because those are polyunsaturated fatty acids or monounsaturated fatty acids, which are good for the health. Okay, even though you will eat a barrel of peanuts, you will not become fat. Okay, even though how many oil you put to your cooking pan, okay, then it will never cause you developing your cholesterol deposits in your arteries or in your blood vessels. Okay, because that is a good fatty acid compared to the palm oil and the coconut oil. Okay, that's why you will use the sunflower oil or the canola oil or the olive oil. Okay, that's advisable for cooking, not the palm oil and the coconut oil. Okay, maybe there are also disadvantages for this oil that I mentioned, the canola oil, the olive oil, and sunflower oil, but we are talking only for the fatty acids. Okay, maybe other nutrients also have side effects. We don't know, but the topic here is fatty acids. Okay, that's why. Okay, we have so many ones, right? And then I read also some information last week ago that vegetable oils are not really that good enough also because it undergo the process of hydrogenation. It will add hydrogen, blah, 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 and then it will, the effectivity of being unsaturated fatty acid, it will not becoming now an unsaturated fatty acid. It will not become now saturated fatty acid. An example for that is peanut butter. Okay, the peanut is unsaturated fatty acid, or let us say polyunsaturated fatty acid. And then if you do a peanut butter, then it will no longer be good for the health because the butter itself is a saturated fatty acid. It composed mainly of stearic acid, which has the formula of 18 atoms of carbon, 36 atoms of hydrogen, and 2 atoms of oxygen. This one, stearic acid. Okay, so too much intake of peanut butter, dili alatol, is bad to the health because of the presence of the stearic acid found in the peanut butter. Okay, and that is a saturated fatty acid. Okay, or saturated fats. You can also do that as your sandwich in your bread, but do not do it every day. No problem. Okay, But what I'm telling you is the overconsumption, or the practice of daily alcohol peanut butter is not good. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's an example of hydrogenation. Okay, hydrogenation means adding of hydrogen. That is basically a chemical synthesis. Okay, because synthesis is adding one monomer plus another monomer plus another monomer, or multiple monomers added to become a polymer. Okay, like this. Okay, so the number 9, double band. Actually, this causes bending of the structure. For example, oh my gosh, this one is the fatty acid. Okay, for example, okay, my example will be, I love to eat meat, okay, pork meat, okay, and then my oil also is the meat from the pork or from the pig. So basically, that is saturated fatty acids already, okay, because that is coming from the animal, okay, animal oil. Okay, animal oil is saturated fatty acid, huh? Okay, but most of the oil comes from the vegetables, and the fruits are unsaturated fatty acids, which are good to the health. Okay, but for this animal fatty acids, or the oil from the animals, are not that really good enough, depending only how you use it well, not in a excessive manner. Okay, I told you, because we need also fats in our body. Okay, just like that. Okay, so if it is a chain of the let us say the unsaturated fatty acid example. For example, the oleic acid. Okay, oleic, Oleic. Oleic acid is an oil obtained from plants and vegetables. Okay, it has a double bond in carbon number 9. Okay, if that oleic acid, and the formula of oleic acid is 18 atoms of carbon, okay, 34 atoms of hydrogen, and 2 atoms of oxygen. Now, in the carbon number 9, there is a double band. Only one double band is there, which is this one, I draw, right? Now, this double bond will cause the stress of the chain. It will bend down, it will bend up, it will bend sideward, it will bend like this. It depends now already with the molecular weight, what is being attached there in the double bond, something like that. But normally, it will go down for the bending. Okay, so that's why this structural formula is really wrong, because I do this only a vertical position because I don't have paper anymore. Okay, like this. Actually, it will bend. Okay, because double band will obey the orientation, what we know as the cis, and the trans. Okay, the cis double bond, okay, is on the other side. For example, I will show you. Okay, like this. Too much problem, right? Okay, but thanks to God, my organic chemistry is 90% up, my grade for organic chemistry. But it's very difficult still, right? Okay, like that. And it really echoes, okay, because I have good scores in, in the day 2 of the board examination. Okay. My gosh. So again, this is the cis. In organic chemistry, these terms are very useful, especially if there are double bond and triple bond. Okay, so cis orientation will be like this. Okay, it's also enjoyable, right, if you are taking this course, or related to chemistry, something like that. So this is the cis orientation. Carbon, double bond with carbon, hydrogen at the upper portion, and then this other group, which is the saturated fatty acid, then it will bend, right? It's no longer straight by this orientation already. Because the fatty acid is the R, that is the alkyl carbon and hydrogen chain. Okay, like that. That is C18H34O2 for the oleic acid. And you have to put either here or here, and this is the carbon number 9 bond. I don't have to illustrate more because this is too long to go here, to go to. There are 18 carbons, right? So it follows the patterns like this. Okay, now for the trans positioning, it will be opposite. the hydrogen down, the hydrogen up, okay, like that. Hydrogen and hydrogen like this, okay. And the alkyl group will be here, and the alkyl group will be here also. This is the trans. Okay, the trans is like this, opposite up and down, the alkyl and the hydrogen. Substitute also the fatty acids in the R. Do not substitute the fatty acids in the H because that is not alkyl group. That is only hydrogen ion. Substitute it in the R and bingo. The orientation will be followed already, even though how long it is. Okay, like that. So that's why we have trans fatty acid as one of the components of the fatty acids in the triglycerides level of our body fats constituents. Okay, like this. And these trans fats are really eliminated in the food products, in the nutritional facts, because it was being banned, okay, in all over the world. It was being regulated by DFA and WHO because it can cause cancers, okay, these trans fatty acids. For example, this is not a direct trans fatty acids. The examples are eating too much microwave popcorn, okay, eating too much margarine, okay, eating too much burger, okay, chicken burger, beef burger, like that. Those are trans fatty acids, okay. Those are examples. And any other processed foods, okay, like that, the fast food, okay. But it doesn't mean we do it in the fast food, right? It's only if you do that frequently, every time, something like that. So those are trans fatty acids, okay, especially the French fries. French fries is a trans fatty acid. It's not unsaturated fatty acid, okay, like that. It will not affect you from now, maybe 60 years old, 55 years old, okay. There's no such effect directly unless it's an acute disease. But normally, these trans fatty acids will produce a chronic disease after 10 years, after 15 years. Okay, if you're eating in the fast food now, okay, you are in your 20s, then enjoy it until 40. Okay, let's see after 60 years old what will happen. That's it. We will prove, okay, like that. So keep on doing that, no problem, because that is your life. We cannot control others' lives, right? But after 60 years old, what will happen? There's a potential chronic disease will be happening to you. Okay, like that. If you keep on eating French fries daily, a la tool. Okay, so avoid that one. Okay, and fatty, trans fats are really not good. Okay, like that. And you are very lucky that cakes, milk tea, chocolates, cookies are only saturated fatty acids. No problem that much. Okay, compared to these trans fatty acids. Okay, but the problem is if you keep on storing those saturated fatty acids, now it will lead also to trans fats due to the chemical reaction. Okay, something like that, just like a wound, WOUND. If you have a smaller wound and you will never cure that smaller wound, it will become a big wound in the future, and then it will cost a lot for you, for the expenses. You cannot work anymore because your wound is becoming big. You will be undergoing a surgical operation in the future because you did not do anything when the wound starting to develop in its initial stage. So that's the principle behind in there also. If you are keep on stocking and accumulating saturated fatty acids and you did not do something, okay, then you will suffer in the future. That's technically speaking because it is scientific research. And scientific research will never fail because there's data evidences to account the validity. Okay, that's why most of the scientific research are covered by highly educated professionals. Most of them are doctors, scientists, and engineers. Okay, so it is more than how many years of study backed up with laboratory high-tech technology, experimentation. Okay, something like that. Or else they will failed on their experiment if this is not true or something like that. Okay, since this is already proven, then their scientific research are already successful. Okay, like that. So it is now valid all over the world, something like that. Okay, but again and again, I'll tell you everything. I'll never force you to do that. Okay, I'm just telling the real score technically, basing in scientific approach and related to health science and medical science, right? Okay, something like that. Of course, this is only an information. I cannot force anybody. Okay, like that. So this is now the reaction. Show the cis trans, like blah blah blah, so and so. Okay, and now see in here. Oh my gosh. I told you that this is an esterification reaction, right? To obtain an ester and a water, right? Okay, so this is a phosphate group. This one, phosphate group. I told you this is very lengthy, really. Okay, phosphate group, and this is glycerol. Okay. Okay, and this is the fatty acids here. Okay, like this. This is also the real score. This is that if they keep on drinking alcoholic beverages, their carbohydrates will be digested easily. No, it's not true. It's not a fact. Because in this scientific research alone, okay, this fatty acid is hydrophobic. How come it will react to alcohol? So it will never react. Then how can this alcohol digest these fats? See, it will be explained by science that if you drink too much beer, whiskey, okay, wine, and you eat too much, it is a wrong concept to say that all your food will be digested because of an alcohol. And this is the scientific approach. It will never react the hydrophobic fatty acids or the hydrophobic fats to the glycerol, which is an alcohol. Because the alcohol is hydrophilic. It's only attractive to water. Then how come this alcohol will digest the fats? So that means the fats will really accumulate in your system. It could be in the liver, it could be in the heart, it could be in the blood vessels. So that's why disease come in. So that's why it's not really advisable to keep on drinking alcoholic beverages all the time because of this concept. It will never dissolve fats and sugars. Okay, like this. Okay, so it's a wrong concept that if you are really drinking alcoholic, then it will dissolve the spaghetti you eat, like this, and the fats, whatever. It's not. Okay, the more it will endanger you in excessive amount. Okay, because this is a sugar alcohol. Okay, like that's very clear. Okay, so that's why your stomach will become big if you keep on drinking alcoholic beverages. Okay. Aside from the fats you obtain from the high carbohydrates, from the sugar, so there's additional accumulation because it's not only the fats, also the alcohol will cause you to become bulge. Okay, and the effect of alcohol is very, really dangerous. Oh my God, cirrhosis. Oh my gosh, alcoholic fatty liver and cancer of the liver. Okay, baden. Okay, like that. So we need to show you the esters, okay? And now, to understand the esters, we need to have the general formula, okay? Gosh, too much, right? Actually, it's very difficult, really. Okay, C, carbon, my gosh. So I feel, I'll tell you frankly, if you will take, not only for chemical engineering, for other science courses, you have a good foundation in memory, memorization. Okay, especially if you're taking medical courses, okay, medical technologist, pharmacy, like this, chemical engineering, biochemical engineering, base chemist, you have a solid foundation of memorization, okay? Because if you don't have the memorization, high retention, then you'll be lost. Too much terminologies, processes, and you have to memorize that in combination with better comprehension, because it is not also good to memorize without understanding what you memorized. Okay, something like that. Okay, going back to the carboxylic group and the esters group. Okay, but I have to show the esters muna, ha? Okay, charot. ROC double band. Ganon. Ganon siya. So muna siya nahitabo karon. Wow. Talaga. Ganon. So, ganon siya. See? RCOOH. RCOOH. Okay. This one. Correct me if I'm wrong, ha? Because, I really researched, but sometimes I got mistakes also because, my chemical engineering, that was 20 years ago, right? Okay, like this. It is correct. Any chemical engineers there or any chemical engineering student? Okay. Because I doubt something. Ganon talaga. Really, ganon siya. Okay. Now the R, this is the R, right? And it will react here the water here. Ganon. Sorry, it's H only. Forgive me, ha? I quickly think it's H. Okay, because the foundation of organic chemistry, when you do the general formulation, it has always have an H. I come to think only, I did not memorize. I only analyzed that, for example, if you had an aldehyde formula, so there must be an H, there must be an alkyl, and there must be an oxygen, something like that. So it's the same thing also with ester, even though I forgot. Really, I forgot the formula of ester just now. I forgot. And I come to think that there's also one hydrogen on the other side because the alkyl group is already on the other side. Something like that, okay? And the carboxylic is the COOH and the other one is the R because that is carboxylic, right? And this is not carboxylic. This is all ester only, okay? My gosh. I-research nyo rin ha, kasi po, ganun lang magkamali din talaga ako in fairness. Okay. So, let's prove that in the molecular structural formula if it is true. Wow. Ganun. Really? Ganun siya. Okay. I think mali siya. I told you. Let's analyze the phosphate group reacting with glycerol, right? The OH is bonded there. Then if I don't have OH in the ester formula, then how can it react to phosphate? Something like that you have to analyze, not only memorize, okay? So this is basically our OCOOH, okay? Like that. Nakakaloka ka, John. Okay? So this is now the phosphate ester. This one. Phosphate ester, okay, like this. ROCOOH. This one, this is an O bonded with like this, and it can become a COOH. And then this one, the OH here will be bonding here, and the bonding here. Okay, take note the bonding. Okay, the marked with circle. So the bonding of the water, okay? So the glycerol, the phosphate and the glycerol, the glycerol and the fatty acids. So all have water, it will react and it will combine as one. Okay? Like that. I don't have to draw again because it's very lengthy. I will now organize that into one phospholipid compound. After the reaction, it will bring water. Okay, if we add this, so there is a water after. Okay, so ester, so plus water. Okay, like this. So this OH here are the water in the reaction. So the esters here are the phosphate esters and the fatty acid esters. Okay, like that. My gosh. So I have to show you. My gosh. So the water really is produced through the OH and H, okay? Even though there's no addition extra water in our system, something like that. It will produce their own water during the reaction, okay? Again, this phosphate, glycerol, and the fatty acids will produce their own water through the esterification process, not relying the water we have in our body. Meaning to say, functional water through chemical reaction, not the intake water that we drink. Okay, right? We drink water every day, right? To make us strong, to survive like this, so that we can obtain minerals from the water. But these esters of phosphate and esters of glycerol and esters of fatty acids, the water there in the esterification process are being produced through reaction, meaning it's inside already, not the addition of water. It will just produce through the chemical reaction. Okay? like that. That's why also there's a reason that sometimes you don't drink water, still you have also water be released in your body, because there's a lot of chemical reactions that they will produce water by itself inside our body without adding water we drink or without adding water coming from the fruits. Okay? Eating fruits have water, right? The juices of the citrus fruits, the lemon have water by itself. Okay, the juice have water content, really. Even though you will not add the water, there's a water already in the juice, the natural water of the fruit. Okay, during laboratory analysis, you can check that one. Okay, there's a water there. Because it's liquid. Okay. Okay, like that. Then plus the water that will produce inside our body. This is the true chemical reactions only. Okay, reactions only. Okay, like that. So just like you can get also alcohol in your body even though you will not drink alcohol. The same principle with this. You can also obtain water in a chemical reaction inside your body even though you will not add water to your body. The same thing also, you have an alcohol naturally in your body through the reaction of chemical synthesis. Okay? Okay, understand? Oh my gosh. Even if you will not add alcohol in the wine, whiskey, beer, like this. Yes, alcohol is very important to our body. It aids the metabolism also related to fat, something like that. Yes, there's a function for alcohol, very important also. Okay, but what I'm talking to is the overconsumption of alcohol. Okay, like that. Because if that is the case, you need to drink alcohol. But why all people no drink alcohol? So that means we have really an alcohol to our body. Okay, like that. Because somebody was saying that I heard that before, drink alcohol because alcohol is very important in our body. But they forgot to think that we have an alcohol produced inside our body through chemical reaction. So that would be enough. Okay, or else so many people will not survive without alcohol. Okay, that's the philosophy there. Okay, like that. The reason there, it's you really like to drink alcohol. It's not the reason for the scientific research. Okay, because even though without intake of alcohol, you can survive with alcohol because you have an alcohol with your body. So using that as a reason, drink alcohol and trying to motivate your friends to drink alcohol, that is not really the real reason, right? You drink alcohol because you love to drink alcohol. Okay, because you need to be excited, you forgot your problems, you forgot your depression, blah blah blah. Okay, you forgot all your sadness, loneliness, like this. That's the reason, right? And it helps you to be to forget everything. Okay, because there's a effect for this alcohol to have forgetful in everything around you. Okay, what do you call this in science? This is a stimulant. I forgot the term for that. Okay, it helps you to forget the things around you if you intake that substances. So alcohol have that kind of component that when you intake that one, it helps you to forget the things around you. You cannot easily figure out what's happening in your environment if you reach that level, too much level, something like that. I forgot the term for that. Stimulant or ano, basta hindi rin siya basta meron siya. I cannot think right now the term, but it's in my tongue. I cannot express. Gikaon sa yawa ang term. I forgot. I cannot say, okay? Like that. Okay? Nawa sa akong dila, the term. Okay? Like that. Stimulant? Bakit naman ako stimulant? Gosh. Talaga? Meron ba ganon? Neurological effect. Okay? It has a neurological effect. But the term is not neurological effect. There's a one-word term for that. Okay? The general term is neurological effect. It has to do something with your neurological effect in the memory. So if you lose your memory, of course, normally you will forget the things around you. Okay, you lose the vision, like that. That's why if you keep on drinking that, and then you cannot think properly. Okay, if you are a girl, you will be raped. So somebody else because you cannot think properly anymore. So your neurological effect was being vanished. Okay, so neurology, it has something to do with the brain, something like that. And I forgot the term. If you keep on drinking that alcohol, then in your brain, will be, losing the memory on the surroundings around you, something like that. That's the analogy, huh? Okay, but I cannot tell you specifically what's that kind of component of that alcohol, okay? Because that is highly medical or medical science, okay? Like that. Okay, going back. So there are three waters now that produce from the reaction of phospholipids and glycerol and the two fatty acids, something like that, right? So we can derive now in this manner. Oh my gosh. What time is it? Oh my gosh. I have 5 minutes more to go. Like that. Oh. Go, Jen. Like this. Okay. P. Grabe kami si Kapi. Suwat anido. Nakakaloka. Sige lang. Maujib ni. Wow. Oxygen. Ganon. 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 Ganon, 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 ganon. Ganon, 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 ganon. Okay. And then, i-connect mo siya dayon. Okay. Ganon. 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 Until such time, ano na siya, mahimo na siyang, ganon. Basta ganon na siya. Okay. Ganon. Kapag it's very tiring to do the all presentation, so I just make it shortcut, okay? And as long as you understand the point, right? So see, ganon, ganon. Ganon, 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 ganon. So it goes like this. Okay? So ganon, ganon. Okay, now, the glycerol will be here, right? Because it's reacted to this. So it will become here. H like this. Actually, bali siya. Pero sige na lang. Okay? Okay ra. I said earlier, orientation will not matter, right? Okay. So this one. I will do a line like this. It's gonna be like this. Kapoy man. Okay. So this is gonna be like this. Okay. The phosphate group will be like here, and the glycerol will be here and connected with the two tails of the fatty acids. It will now become like a sperm cell. There's a head and there's a tail. Sperm cell meaning to say the reaction of testosterone plus the androgen binding derivative, the male sex hormone, testosterone. Okay, like that. This is a steroid hormone. Okay, just like that, the figure. Okay. Like that. Okay, the head will be hydrophilic environment. Hydrophilic. And this is polar environment. Okay, polar meaning the water is there. Okay, polar. And then here is the hydrophobic or non-polar. Okay, hydrophobic or non-polar. I want to speak in Bisaya so that I can really, but I cannot. My gosh, okay. Really, maybe I will be sapiding Medila if I will talk in Bisaya. Okay, sapid Medila if I will talk in Bisaya. Okay, sapid. You know sapid. My gosh. So this is like this. Okay, the head will be the hydrophilic. Okay, the tail will be the hydrophilic, so that you can read like this. Okay, I turn it in a horizontal position, something like that. So the hydrophilic tails are the fatty acids, the one monosaturated fatty acid and the one saturated fatty acid. It will become a tail. Okay, and the head will become the glycerol and the phosphate, because these are all hydrophilic. Okay, with water. Okay, see in the drawing alone, this alcohol will not really go with a tail. Okay, so it will not digest the fats in our body. Okay, and then since this is phospholipid, Cholesterol is an example of the phospholipids because cholesterol is one type of a steroid hormone. Okay, the important component structure of the cell membrane. Okay, in the production of DNA, like that, in developing a lipid, something like that, and the production of bile acids in our liver. Okay, like that. So this is gonna be the head here, the tail here, like that. Now, if we have so many like this, if so many like this form, then multiple, then it can create a cells. Okay, now that's we called a phospholipid bilayer. Okay, and the mesocells. Okay, phospholipid bilayer. The phospholipid bilayer will act as a boundary between the cell's action and the environment. Meaning the environment there is the polar part and the non-polar part. So that's the purpose of the phospholipids. Okay, like that. Phospholipid bilayer. If I have to draw that, it will be like this. So many phospholipids, okay? Like this. And then this one. Oh my gosh. Okay. I will just not draw the exact carbon number atoms, huh? I'll just show you the, lesser carbon atoms like this. So, like this. Just like a sperm cell. Okay, actually. Because sperm cell is a phospholipid. Because it is a steroid hormone, right? It's a hydrophobic. Okay. This one. This one. If the question will go like this, what is the male reproductive sex hormone? So your answer will be testosterone. Okay. What is the female reproductive sex hormone? Your answer will be estrogen. Okay. And then what is the reaction or the product if we add androgen to testosterone? Your answer will be sperm cell. Okay, like that. What is the product that will be obtained if you add estrogen and androgen? Your answer will be egg cell. Okay, and when the egg cell and sperm cell combine with each other, it will produce a baby during the reproductive stability cycle. Okay, like this. And that's the principle behind. That's why we are multiplying day by day because of that principle behind. Unless the pairing of the chromosomes will be equal, 23 chromosomes, another 23 chromosomes is equals to 46 chromosomes, something like that. And the infant will be born, something like that. Okay. But before that, the DNA or the hereditary functions of the RNA and DNA will work properly before producing that infant in the ovary, in the uterus, something like that. Okay? Oh my gosh. Like this. Okay. Diba? Ganun siya. The mesocells, my friend, is only like a circle or let's say a round fruit that you will cut that one. And then the outer layer will be the polar environment siya because of water. Okay. And then the inside will be the non-polar, the tails, which are the fatty acids. So the outside layer will be mainly the glycerol and the phosphate group. Okay. I will never show you because it will take time so much. Okay. I will just show you the phospholipid bilayer, which is more important. Okay. Okay. Like this. This is now the phospholipids inside our body. Okay. The circle one are the hydrophilic, which are mainly the glycerol and the phosphate group in the water environment because they are polar. Okay. Hydrophilic. I will put water here. Okay. So water in our body like this. Okay. Plus the water they produce itself. Okay. So in here, the water in the outside environment. So this is now what we call as cell membrane. See, if we combine those phospholipids like that, they will create a cell membrane. Okay, like this, and this is the bilayer because there are two, and then the center is the layer. Okay, the control of substances going in and going out will be controlled by the cell membrane. If your phospholipids is working properly, okay, and if you have a good level of the cholesterol, which is the high density lipoprotein, not the bad cholesterol, okay, so it will protect your cell membrane so that no bacteria will go here like this, will go inside here, okay, so the bacteria cannot go. So if the bacteria cannot go, they will just die. Okay, if you have too much antioxidants, okay, your body, okay, these free radicals that will attract the viruses and the bacteria will be defeated, okay, because you have antioxidants in your body and some vitamins, for example, the vitamin C, which is really its function for the immunity, for the defense disease mechanism. Okay, vitamin D, a lot of vitamins and minerals will fight this. Okay, and the virus cannot come here in the cell membrane. Okay, like this. And then if your cell membrane also are already destroyed, or so many cats, okay, problem, they can easily go inside, something like that. Okay, so that's why we need enough level of fats to act as a cell barrier to control the substances in going in and going out. Okay, as I mentioned a while ago, right? And also for the electrical insulation, because we as a human being, we can produce electricity for ourselves. Okay, we are conductive to electricity because we have water inside our body, and water is polar. Okay, polar, highly conductive to electricity, just like a metal, something like that. Okay, so like this. Okay, this is very clear. Now, the cholesterol, there are two types of cholesterol, right? The good and the bad. The good, it's okay, you will go here, but the bad also will go because they are partnership with each other, just like a brother. Okay, the LDL and the high density lipoprotein, they're going together, they're partner, though they will separate a little bit, but these two are going together as a cholesterol. So their parent is cholesterol. They are brothers, LDL and HDL. But this LDL is the bad cholesterol, will always go to the HDL. That's the problem also, because they have the same characteristics. Okay, they are both hydrophobic. Okay, now if the LDL will go, he will also go. Something like that. Okay, so that's the problem. That's why it will deposit more cholesterol there. So that's why the only thing to avoid that is to limit our intake of alcohol, sugar, carbohydrates. Okay? And if you cannot avoid that in your system right now, then do a lot of exercise. Okay? Fasting, exercise, okay? Ketogenic diets, so that your ketosis sugars will be consumed and converted to wastes, something like that. Because if that is the case, your ketones will not be used up, and you have still the aldose sugars you receive each day, the glucose, the galactose, the maltose, the lactose, the glucose. So you have so many multiple sugars now. So consume your ketone sugars. Okay, what's the use of the ketone sugars there? Okay, so you should do physical activities, or else cut off those carbohydrates in your system. That's the only way, okay? So that you can avoid any potential risk for any chronic diseases that will come to you when you reach the age of 50 years old and above, okay? So we need to do the limitation, the restriction, the moderation of our intake of the food and drinks because of this principle. Okay, and now the cholesterol, I will show you the formula of the cholesterol. Oh my gosh. Later, this is the water, right? plus the water that will be produced along the esterification process, plus the water that we drink every day. It's in here, in the extracellular. In the water part is extracellular, extra meaning outside. And the intracellular is here, okay, in the hydrophobic fatty acids. Okay, so it's clearly notable that they will isolate and separate with each other. Just like when you get oil and you mix with water, they will separate, right? The same principle inside our body. Okay, it will be just like that. We cannot just see how it react, how it behave, but it's just having the same principle. Okay, the hydrophobic is in here, the hydrophilic is in here. The hydrophilic is polar, meaning have charges, because water have charges, -2 of oxygen, right? And the water is positive, right? So this is a polar environment. Okay, the glycerol is easily will be here. Okay, and the phosphate here, like this. Okay, like that. Now, okay, this cholesterol will go here, and sometimes will be blocked here. Okay, will be blocked if we have so many nutrients, vitamin D, vitamin C, like that. Okay, and now only the tail can go, but not the head, something like that, partially. So he cannot be successful sometimes, okay, because there are a lot of blockage there, okay, especially not only the antioxidants, the vitamins, but also the red blood cells, okay. Oh, no, sorry, white blood cells. The white blood cells are responsible also of fighting the diseases and any bacteria that will appear there, okay. So that's the purpose of the white cells or white blood cells. Okay, the white blood cells are mainly composed of leukocytes. Okay, leukocytes subdivided into phagocytes and lymphocytes. Okay, these phagocytes will catch the bacteria and the virus. Somewhere here, they're playing around here in the membrane. Okay, will catch, and these lymphocytes will eat and will kill this virus. Okay, so how can we develop more white blood cells? Okay, it's in the bone marrow, right? In our body. So there are a lot of food to be taken up to increase our white blood cells also. Okay, especially foods that are fortified with iron, like that, seafoods that contains calcium, also the omega-3 fatty acids that contains in the fish foods, sea fish, okay, sea foods like that, okay, so that we can have an adequate amount of white blood cells in our body, in our system. That's responsible also for, and then there we can create so many antibodies, okay, meaning resist those bad bacteria, and plus our probiotics, which are discussed, good bacteria to fight this. So hindi ka nag-iisa. Okay? Si bad bacteria, nag-iisa lang siya. But there are lots of, friendship and partnership with probiotics, vitamins, minerals, white blood cells, antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin C, vitamin D. So, bingo. These bad bacteria and viruses will never occur to your system. 100% sure. Okay? Plus your hygiene, personal hygiene. Okay, because we have pores, P-O-R-E-S. And these pores, the germs and bacteria will go there. We have a lot of sources of point of entry. We have the ear, we have the nose, we have the mouth, okay, we have the anal, something like that. So these are the sources of bacteria, germs, okay, that will go to your system. Now, if you have a good personal hygiene, it will be filtered out immediately out from your system because you take a bath 3 times, 4 times, aside from your vitamin C, vitamin D, and nutrients and antioxidants in your body. So, perfect, bingo. These viruses and bad bacteria cannot really win. Okay? Aside from the fact that there are more good bacteria than bad bacteria inside our body. Okay? In that alone, so ano na siya, alanganin na siya to cause diseases. So, in that alone, so it is really the actions of the people that made them developing a chronic disease. It's no longer in the physiological reaction inside our body because our main organs are doing their proper functions already. But we did not help them also to function regularly inside our body. So we abused them. After abusing them, they cannot do their jobs anymore. Just like the liver, it cannot function anymore. What is necessary to do in detoxifying the toxins, or to rid off, or to you eliminate, or to filter out those toxins, harmful substances in our body, something like that. So it's already the action of the individual or human beings that lead us into ill health diseases and sickness, or even chronic diseases after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, something like that. Okay? So in short, we need to respect our main organs inside our body. In what thing we will be able to do that? We should maintain a better, healthy lifestyles, something like that. Okay? So if we are thinking of human survival, but if we are thinking only for money, because we want to be rich after 10 years and after 15 years, then you don't have to think about this, okay? Because your focus is only money, to save money, okay? Like that for your family. But it will be better also to be balanced, okay? You will balance everything, right? So because health is wealth, then you have the money, then you have the love of God above all things, then it will be perfect to live life to the fullest. Again, this is Sotero. I am a singer, eternal voice. Thank you for watching this live stream video. If you think you like this video, then you can share to anybody else for additional little learning to them. And if you want to subscribe, then subscribe it now, and then click the notification bell for some newest updates of I am a singer, eternal voice that focus most of the times of occupational safety and health, science, fitness, health, and a little bit of mathematics. This is again Engineer Sotero Nepomuceno Jr. Bye-bye. God bless everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Hindi ko pa natapos kasi marami kasi yung mga postulated, gano'n, whatever, chupa. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ganun. Oh my gosh. Hello guys! Nakakaloka. Talaga?